Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
And today we are so pleased to be joined by the City of Brotherly Love's finest comedian.
Nicole Yates.
Hell yeah. Welcome back, Nicole.
He's got to get that like wrestler intro.
Gotta get
out,
a
yeah.
boxing intro, you know?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Yeah. Hell yeah. The Fishtown Brawler.
Fishtown Brawler. Wow.
Wow. You know, when I was a kid, if you would have said that to me, I could have punched you in the mouth and nobody would have said a word.
Are you not from? I remember that was Nicole was like famously our second to last guest before the pandemic started, and she told a story that kept me going as a human, which is that someone once picked up a friend of yours with the line that their grandpa invented the soda gun.
Yes, my dumb old roommate. When I lived in Fishtown for a couple of years, but I'm from Port Richmond. Which is like,
okay. Sorry.
Back before Fishtown became like hipster central, it was like white trash central.
Okay, right on.
You know, teeth not required.
Those are the details I remember.
Yeah.
Soda gun and Fishtown.
Oh yeah. She was out at a bar and a guy picked her up with,
My grandpa.
you know, my grandpa invented the soda gun. And then the next day she's telling me this, and I'm like, she's like, can you imagine that? Can you imagine how much money they have? And I'm like, you are dumb.
That's so general. It could be like my grandfather invented the semicolon. You know what I mean? There's no proof of this.
I actually looked it up on Wikipedia, and it's definitely not true.
Yeah. I think I did some
Clear
research
bullshit.
as well. I was like, well, a guy did invent it, but
He scanned the bar. He was like, soda gun. My grandfather invented the soda gun.
yes, yeah,
Take your top off.
Definitely.
Take your top off.
And it works.
Honk,
Folks,
honk.
it works.
Honk, honk, sex now. I get sex.
I mean, really,
I said soda thing, I get sex.
all he had to do was buy her a couple of shots. I don't know why.
Sure. Speaking of shots, Rivers gave us a fun summer drink, and now me and Nicole's mouth is bright blue.
Oh yeah. So there's now they're doing the.
Is mine too, I imagine?
No, you got to chug it.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's made it through a little more than you, and I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Got to swish it around.
Gotta give me some of this.
They've got a new.
I guess different genetics. I don't know. Something in the DNA. Your mouth isn't getting
Yeah,
blue.
it's my recessive Irish gene.
You just eat.
Nothing sticks.
Maybe
They didn't have blue in Ireland until 1725.
Just red. Just burn red.
You've eaten so much blue, you have a tolerance to it now.
That's probably it.
But
Yeah.
I did drink a Capri Sun on the way over.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
yeah. The,
Summer drinks a flurry, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Crystal Light. For those watching on Patreon, you can see we have these neon blue Crystal Light Sonic Ocean Water.
Really looks like Windex.
Yeah, it looks nuclear for sure.
It's really good.
Delicious with
It is tasty,
It's
though.
really fucking good.
I was telling Nicole, it tastes like a melted icy.
Yeah. I've got like one little nip of rum left in the freezer. I was like, yeah, man, I should have.
Oh, it should be one of those fun Rivers kind of drunk podcasts.
Oh, maybe it already is. You never know.
Whoa.
The cup of mystery.
Wow. You'd be giggling like a schoolgirl. There's rum in there.
I like to think that like he's a little drunk, you're a little high, and I'm on Wellbutrin.
And I'm just sweaty.
I mean, that makes two of us.
Yeah. For the record, this will be our last podcast without the air conditioner. I realized that about an hour before y'all got there. I was like, damn, I should have probably
Oh, it's actually not bad in here.
run the AC. It's getting hot, folks.
Yeah, I've been baking in my room all day.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot out, you know.
Oh, well, next week I'll turn on the old R2D2 looking fucking AC unit that I've got.
Yeah,
I don't know. It might be like hot yoga where it activates our brain better to be really hot.
I don't know. Nah, I'm
Is that the lie that hot yoga sells?
I think so. I don't know.
Jesus.
hot brain, hotter yoga.
It's just one of those things that sounds so fake you could just make up anything.
Oh, man.
You know, like it changes your cellular structure.
Yeah.
My ex took me to hot yoga once, and I got up and left, and she
Did
was
you?
upset about it. Yeah,
Was it really hot?
it was really hot, and I just quit. And like, and
Boy.
the teacher was just like, she's like, no, there's relaxation poses. I'm like, I'm gonna go sit outside.
in Nashville where it's 109.
Yeah, I am currently a full smoker, so I'm gonna keep doing that. And in hindsight, this relationship will last about 2 more weeks. So I think I made the right call. But yeah, that was torture. I don't know how people.
How hot was it in there?
I mean, I think you have to be really hot to enjoy hot yoga.
Like attractive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Because that's a word that could also be used with temperature.
I think that was the word play there.
It's for people whose sweatiness has never been used against them in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've been a sweaty guy my whole life, and to be sweaty it's like a state of embarrassment. But if you're like a hot person, you're sweating. You're Tom Cruise coming out of the ocean or whatever.
It's like out of someone's like wildest dreams.
Right.
I sweat when I'm nervous, when I'm happy, when I'm.
And look, to your credit,
all the time.
Both
all
of
the time.
you are coming at this from a very logical standpoint.
Yeah.
You have to think of the type of person that would fall for like, oh, it works better if you're hot as shit because it does something to your body that's better.
I'm like, there's a good layer of bullshit before you get to the toxins. So it's like, it's not getting through that.
Although both of you are thinking very rationally, the customer base might not be.
Yeah. Look, it's also yoga is its own cult. It's its own form of
and that one's literally
cultitude.
a cult.
Oh yeah, I mean, but look, we were talking downstairs about how improv's like a cult.
Yeah, it is.
Like, but I mean, like, yoga and all that shit is absolutely a cult. But with yoga, you don't get vaccinated.
Like a sex. The owner is like a sex predator or something. He got.
The hot yoga guy. Yeah, there was a whole documentary.
It's like that could be true in improv too.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, name me a city that didn't have an improv guy that like got ran out of town.
They just got shifted around like cardinals though, because it takes so long to train them.
Now he has a YouTube show on top of a mountain or something.
Yeah, right.
Well, no. Now he's just in Tallahassee or something. They moved him to a smaller market.
Yeah.
Sure.
They do the same thing at Waffle House. Do you know that?
What?
Because
They move people around at Waffle Houses.
straight up, yeah. So I have a friend
like the priesthood.
Yeah, like the Catholic Church.
literally exactly like the priesthood, because when you start at Waffle House, you have to start at the grill. No one gets hired just as a manager. You got to work your way all the way up.
Sure. Rome wasn't built in a day. Yeah.
So it's like a 5-6 year time investment to get a manager. And so if the manager like does something, and manages to not get in legal trouble,
Talk about smothered.
they get smothered, covered.
they got you covered. Yeah.
Smothered,
Before
covered,
you get capped. Yeah.
smothered, covered, and cuffed is what I'm saying. No, but they'll just get moved down one interstate exit to the next Waffle House. So
Here's the question: did the Waffle House learn that from the Catholic Church, or did the Catholic Church learn that from Waffle House?
we all divine inspiration from the Waffle House.
Of course.
So
Who hasn't had their best ideas occur to them at a Waffle House at 4 a.m?
Dude, the register's right there, man. You just run.
You're just sitting there all drunk eating like eggs. You're like, I think I could be a father if I tried. Well, maybe I'm just tired.
Shout out to my friend Caroline, who at a Waffle House at about 2 a.m. just goes, I want my eggs dry as fuck.
Just get in the shell.
Scrambled and dry as fuck.
Dry
As fuck. Gotta be.
Damn, dude.
So I also, by the way, I got everybody. I was in Washington State and stopped to get some gas just on the other side of the Canadian border and picked up some confections for everybody.
no.
You pick one you like, and I'll take the last one.
Yourself.
It is.
This is crazy.
It's what are those,
It's
Sam?
like Christmas.
They're called a rocket chocolate.
That's right.
By Star Buzzers.
Caffeinated chocolate, everybody.
Is this taking the place of the dreaded concoction?
Oh,
no, I see
heaven.
cups.
Oh,
Never mind.
heavens no. This
So
is
this is
merely
just a double
prelude.
dose, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How much caffeine is in these?
I don't know,
These
but
little devils.
they seemed interesting, so figured I'd pick some up for you guys, and they've been sitting on my shelf, and I forgot them last week, so here they are.
Boosts like a cup
Do you
of
have
coffee.
any preference, Nicole? Do you like chocolate mint, dark cherry, or raspberry?
Oh, we'll take the dark cherry.
Okay, cool.
Nice. I'll take whatever's left
I
over.
will take the chocolate mint.
Ooh,
'cause
all right.
One of these in raspberry form sounds
Ooh, chocolate raspberry.
revolting a little bit.
This is going to be great with the taste of this drink.
Oh, I'm telling you. Well, that's the thing is the energy
Be
drink.
bouncing off the walls, man.
The energy drink is sugar free, and the ocean water sugar free. So we gotta have sugar somewhere, right? That's what I'm saying.
sugar.
I'm eating the coffee mocha.
All right, I got the the chocolate mint.
Ooh,
Let's give it
It's
a
like
go
a
here.
truffle.
yeah,
I'm just going the whole thing.
me too. I like the raspberry. It's not a super strong raspberry taste, but I do like
really
it.
good.
Yeah.
This is like grandfather candy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Imagine just eating a fuckload of these though,
and just
feeling
shaking.
crazy.
Yeah.
And they're
Heart
only
explodes.
being like sugar and caffeine in your stomach.
Yeah.
If my stomach feels like shit later, I need to absolutely remember everything I've put into it today.
Yeah.
I had the number 19 from Langer's for lunch.
Whoa.
What's that?
Yes.
What is the number
Right?
19?
Right? Oh, you don't know?
No, hit me.
Mr. LA Tour Guide, come on
How
now.
do you not
That
know
is
this?
that is the best sandwich in
What-
Los Angeles.
what is it?
It's from Langer's. It's a
Yeah.
pastrami sandwich
Uh-huh.
on rye bread
Okay.
with coleslaw, Swiss cheese, and Russian dressing.
Why is that
So it's a-
19? That should
so
be
it's
like
a
3 or 4.
It's like a Reuben.
It's like it's a Reuben,
With
but
coleslaw.
it is the most. The meat is perfectly cooked.
Yeah, I've been to Langer's. I've had their Reuben. I didn't know.
Oh, you did?
I didn't
Okay.
know the number. But
Okay.
Yeah, that's how they did. You just order the sandwiches by the number.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's,
I just figured 19. That would be some obscure shit. You
would
know, it
think
seems
so,
like it'd
yeah.
be like 3 or 2.
Oh, the waiter overheard me. I was like, "What's like the fucking famous thing here?" And he's like, "That would be the number 19." And I was like, "Well, then give me one of
It should
those."
be. No, you were like, it should be 3 or 2.
Yeah, I argued with him.
Why is it 19?
Why is it 19? I don't understand
And
that.
then a kerfuffle ensued, a brawl, and then that spilt out into MacArthur Park, and then a bunch of people joined in, and it was crazy. So that's what I had for lunch. So now I have like a chocolate accelerant and
Hell yeah.
little kid summer water, and
That's right. Yeah.
Chocolate accelerant. That's
Yeah.
a great term.
All we need are popsicles.
yeah,
Get
absolutely.
that ring around your mouth. Yeah.
Like if I have heart murmurs, I have no one to blame but myself at this point.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to shout out someone who is no longer with us anymore. Brian Wilson of the Beach
Yeah.
Boys, unfortunately, passed away just before the summer, which is, we're like
Ironic.
4 days away from summer, man. And he passed away at 82.
Dude, there was something. All right, so I was working at the vineyard.
Yeah.
At
Cultivating the vines.
cultivating the vines, if you will.
Massaging the grapes.
the wine bar that I worked at burned to the ground earlier this year, but the vineyard's still operating. So I was up there like boxing up shit for the wine club members and shit. And and PCH is open now.
Yeah.
So I was driving down, but you can only go like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And this is like
That's the Pacific Coast Highway, folks.
Pacific Coast Highway.
Malibu.
Yeah, and it was like. I mean, it's not funny, but it was like it was the day Brian Wilson died.
Yeah.
and all the and Trump was basically enforcing martial law in LA. I was like, man, LA has it fucking rough right now, man.
Yeah.
It's like the most celebrated songwriter maybe in American history.
yeah.
but definitely from Californian history.
100%.
Died the same day that like fucking fascism fully swept into Los Angeles. Like, this is sad, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And then all those like places that burned on. Anyway,
Yeah.
all this stuff I'm on, it brings me up makes me think of these cheery things.
So truly one of America's greatest geniuses, and in true American fashion, he was
1000%.
out of his goddamn mind.
Oh, yeah.
I was actually lucky enough to see Brian Wilson back in the summer of 2016 at the Hollywood Bowl, where he did all of Pet Sounds, which was fucking awesome. The two funny things, he had, first of all, like a group of like probably 40 people on stage making it happen, and he insisted on introducing every single song he played, which is only necessary if you're not Brian Wilson. So
Yeah.
he kept going, "This is a song that I wrote when I was 14. It's called Surfin' USA." And you're like, brother, you could just play Surfin' USA. We know the tune.
This song is called Sloop John B.
He did it for every song, but the funniest shit was the little shade that he threw at Mike Love, because Mike Love sings lead on a couple of songs on
and
Pet
is
Sounds.
a humongous asshole.
Jerk off.
yeah.
Did you hear him now talking about?
What do you say?
He's all talking about Brian now, like he was a genius. I'm like,
Oh,
and you were the worst to him. You
Yeah, you fucking tortured him, you
Yeah.
crazy asshole.
Yeah, but he had to
That
say
and that other guy, whoever this manager was, who fully abused
his
him.
father.
psychologically. Oh, right, of course.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention Murray in just a second, but
Murray's such a dick.
yeah, but I was gonna say he when he had to sing, because there's a couple of songs on Pet Sounds that Mike is the lead singer of. So when Brian goes to sing those songs, he goes, "This is a song that my cousin sings. He's on tour with another band." I was like, that is the nicest way you could say "fuck you, Mike Love."
Yeah.
I love that he calls the Beach Boys another band. Fucking great.
Did you see Love and Mercy?
I did, and that's how he closed the show. He did that song "Love and Mercy" at the end. I was like, okay, well, all right, we're gonna be crying on the walk to the metro. But
dude, that movie was awesome.
I
Mind blowing.
still haven't seen it. I should watch it.
You
now.
have to see it, and if you hate Mike Love, you're just gonna hate him more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What a dick.
It's fantastic.
And I heard they dialed it down.
Oh yeah. Well, they had to. I'm sure.
What if you're like impartial about all of it, but you're just a huge Paul Dano head?
I am. Yeah, I am
That's
a
what I hear
Dano
is
head.
great. Here's great.
Also during that show, it was the middle of July, and the Cahuenga Peak was obviously on fire earlier that day. So we're watching the show at the Hollywood Bowl, and then just above stage left, the mountain is just smoldering. I was like, this is a real California fucking experience here. Just hearing "Help Me, Rhonda" as the mountain is being extinguished by a helicopter. I was like, yeah, man, I'm really here, dude. I'm doing it.
You don't have to look far when you live here to have an authentic California experience. It happens pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a fire in Burbank. I was the next section to get the evacuation warning
Oh shit!
when they finally got it under control.
Oh, that's good.
And I just I always thought I'd be fine about that, just scoop up the cats, put them into boxes, and just go. Dude, I just on the sofa did not move for 3 hours.
Oh my god!
I'm just I don't know what's happening here.
The good news is that if there is a heaven, Murray Wilson, Brian's father, won't be there. So
tell the people at home about Mary.
So Brian and his brothers, Carl and Dennis, they grew up in Hawthorne, California, so home of Marilyn Monroe and Tyler, the Creator as well. A lot of damn talent coming out of Hawthorne. And that's where their father, who was in the song business and a sort of a songwriter on his own, I found out that after the Beach Boys fired him, first of all, he made a fake Beach Boys called the Sun Rays and started releasing albums with them. These are his sons, by the way. And also he released his own album, which was called The Mini Moods of Murray Wilson. And I listened to it, and it is straight up like the interlude music of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And it's like Herb Alpert, fucking easy listening 70s instrumental
So is it like the Shags guy is like a shitty version of this guy?
No, I think this guy is
The shitty version of the Shags dad?
well, as far as parenting goes, it's probably
They're both bad.
They're both bad, except this guy, his pressure and awfulness created the Beach Boys, and the Shags are the Shags. But
The Shags.
possibly the worst band ever by some people's accord.
They have a record called Philosophy of the World.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. It is the most inept recording maybe ever made, but it gained a lot of underground attention. Like Kurt Cobain loved it. and all this
Yeah,
shit.
it's a guy who had 3 daughters who forced them to be in a band even though they didn't play musical instruments, and so they wrote their own songs like My Pet Foot.
My Pet Foot. Yeah.
And they're batshit insane. So
Worth a listen at least.
Yeah,
it's
check out our Halloween episode, our 3rd Halloween episode with our friend Serial Man, aka Derek Smith. We talked all about the Shags back then.
Wow.
Yeah, Murray Wilson, by the way, if you wonder why Brian was so fucked up, this probably didn't help. He once hit him in the head with a 2x4, and that is why he was deaf in one ear.
Yep.
And
He just beat the shit out of that poor kid.
yeah, and mainly just Brian too. That's
Wait, what did he
weird part.
do? What did the kid do?
Yeah, that's a fair question. Maybe he deserved it.
He was a star. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Like this
Jealousy,
is
baby.
when he was famous and
Oh,
making number
wow.
1 records
Oh.
and stuff. Because he got famous when he was 18.
I don't know if you're getting this. Have you heard that thing where Murray's dressing him down in the studio?
Come on, Brian, knock it off. You guys think you're good? Let's go. Let's go. What's the matter? You made too much money, buddy?
Go ahead now, say what you want to say.
All we needed was help to loosen up. Dennis was flatting, Mike was flatting on his high notes.
Yeah.
We need help.
Who needs
we
help?
need the honest projection that we used to have.
You want to have like
When you
a
guys
409
get too
sound,
much,
right?
when you
On the
guys
Help Me
get too
Rhonda?
much money, you start thinking you're going to make everything a hit.
Jesus.
He's like, you think you're a fucking genius.
Right.
don't you,
And
Brian?"
you're like, yeah, he is. Shut the fuck up, Dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, before they fired him, he would also discipline Brian by making him shit on a plate.
Making Brian shit on a plate?
Making Brian shit on a plate. And I was trying to find details of this.
Why?
And it was, I don't know.
That's clearly some weird perversion.
Yeah, probably so. But yeah, anyway.
Probably more of just like a look what I made you do
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
thing. And it's embarrassing.
do anything. Shit on a plate, boy.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's
So anyway, fuck Mary Wilson, Brian Wilson rules. I did want to mention though, and I mentioned this on the final episode of This Is Rad, but we're gonna beat him to air, so I'm gonna mention it again here because it's the funniest shit ever.
Sucks to suck, fellas.
Yeah. In 2007, Brian Wilson gave an interview to the Asbury Park Press, and towards the end of the interviewer asks, "Have you seen any good movies lately?" And Brian answers, "Well, I've only seen one in the last couple of years. It's called Norbit by Eddie Murphy." How did you like Norbit? Fantastic movie. Very funny. What is your favorite movie of all time? Answer, Norbit. So, one of the most fantastic geniuses of the 20th century, watching Norbit and just loving it is just my happy place.
I feel like that's one of those things where that somebody asks you a question, you just say like the last thing you saw.
Oh yeah, people can't even do that.
I think it also like speaks to mastery, where it's like you've mastered music so thoroughly.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like so in and out, like innovated the form. Like lauded as one of the biggest geniuses of the form of all time.
Yeah.
So all other mediums are like, yeah, that movie was a thing. I liked it. Like
You
that commercial
farted.
was a thing. I liked it. I don't know. It was flashing for a second, then it stopped. It was
Yeah,
great.
Eddie Murphy was tooting the whole
Yeah,
time.
he farted, then he was someone else. It was nice. It was nice. It got me out of my crazy head for a second.
You couldn't get tired of Eddie Murphy because he's like 12 different people.
Yeah, it
and
was
they're
nice.
all farting.
Like he literally cares about nothing else. So he's like, yeah, I don't know.
One of the things this year that made me so happy, I almost died, was watching Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live doing Tracy Morgan.
Yeah,
That was fantastic.
Oh my, I had to keep pausing it
Yeah.
because, like, oh my God.
It's funny because like
Good on him for not attempting it unless it was rock solid.
Yeah.
And he did do a rock
It
solid.
seems like about every 5 years we get reminded, we're like, oh yeah, he's
he's got the
killer.
stuff. Yeah, he's got the goods. Yeah.
I don't know what like that. I watched the Dolomite is my name. It was fucking great.
He can pull it out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I love. Yeah, his SNL appearance was good. We're just waiting. I don't know.
I haven't seen the new Beverly Hills Cop, though.
I heard it was fun.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is the bar for Beverly Hills Cop was so lowered by 3 that literally they could have done anything and it would have been better.
When I was getting my license renewed was during the promotional period for that movie, and there's all these videos around the DMV being like, "Don't be like Axel," and it's him like driving down this fucking like this staircase and shit. And it's like, how is the DMV tied into
Yeah,
the
how is
fucking
that
Beverly Hills
legal?
Cop? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the DMV is they have their traffic school at the Improv, folks.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, so if you have to take traffic school, you can go online to the Improv and
Main room or lab?
No, it's all online. Definitely would be lab.
That's lab material. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all online, and at the end,
2 drink minimum for a driving school. You can probably drive. You're pretty good at driving. It's like what you could if you're a bitch, you can't drive.
I just put some extra ice in there. You're good. You're good.
no,
Honestly, it focuses me.
look, you just got to get good at it.
My hand shakes if I don't have a couple. Then I can drive.
I'm dangerous if I'm not, at least a few in.
They do that at a lot of comedy clubs. They did that
Do
at
it
the one in
They
Austin.
do it at Flappers too.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew, yeah, the comic in Austin.
Well, they're not doing
did it.
comedy there, so they might as well do something.
Damn. Fuck you, Burbank.
He would always be the comic who did it. Always told me like there would be 1 or 2 like completely insane people in the class every time.
Sure.
Because it's court ordered,
It's not people brushing up on their skills. It's like
no.
Oh yeah. Well, the funny
they
thing
have a
is,
fucking thing around their ankle and shit. Yeah.
on the online version, you go through each section, the first one, whatever, and then to go to the next one, they have a YouTube clip of comedy at the bottom, and you have to like skip past it. And it was so funny because I was thinking, like, did they all write jokes about cars or whatever? But no, you get down to the bottom and it's like, so my girlfriend's weird, and you're like, God damn it, why do I have to watch this shit? Like, that's nothing to do with automobiles.
The Yoo-hoo room.
Yeah,
The Yoo-hoo room. Hell of a place to learn to drive. I had my first kiss in the Yoo-hoo room.
My first Yoo-hoo, the Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, I had my last Yoo-hoo in the Yoo-hoo room. Then I quit. I'm off Yoo-hoo.
I want to go back. I haven't been to Flappers in a while.
I'll go with
I'd
you.
go back.
Still smells like mold.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, it's never gonna stop. It's the whole building that's all fucked up.
dude. Whenever you go, let me know. We'll make a Burbank journey,
Okay.
and then we'll go to.
Well, call me. I live like up the street from there.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, let's all
Oh,
Go to
go.
Barney's Beanery after, have a couple of wings.
Look how
go
the
see a movie.
haters have fallen. Wanting to go to Flapper, wanting to go to moldy old Flappers all of a sudden.
I barely do comedy, so I'm
wanna-
like, sure.
I'm trying to meet Jay Leno.
Oh yeah, I saw him at a Wendy's in Burbank once.
No.
Oh, I just, I've been living in Burbank for about 7 years. I have not seen Jay Leno.
Really?
Right? Wait. The other day, I was driving up Buena Vista and coming the other way.
A car with wagon wheels.
It was like the old school horseless carriage
Stanley Steamer.
with Jay Leno in his Canadian tuxedo
Yes.
and somebody else just driving past me, and I'm like, oh, I guess I live here now.
Did
Yeah, there you go.
Did the horn go auga?
I wish I heard the horn. It was really interesting, but he's got his Canadian tuxedo.
Oh, yeah.
on.
Sure.
I don't
Yeah, I always say I think that is called a Stanley Steamer, if I'm not mistaken. And then, I've seen him on that before. There was a funny tweet probably 10 years ago of some kid just taking a picture of Jay on that stupid car, and the tweet just said, "Look at this crazy car I saw." It makes no mention of the fact that it's Jay Leno driving it. It's fucking hilarious.
I know.
Well, I mean, the car's more important than Jay. Historically,
Historically.
it will
Not
help
gonna-
more people than Jay Leno will.
Yeah.
I just saw an interview with him. He was interviewing. Do you guys know International Scout? They used to make they made a truck and the original kind of SUV.
It's International Tractors, and then they made
Yeah.
their car called the Scout. Yeah,
Right,
and
right.
they're
Well,
doing a new one.
They're doing a new one. They're bringing it back. So he had the guy from Scout there to talk about, the SUV and the truck.
And the process of comedy.
It was pretty funny because Jay kept asking these questions and the guy just kept repeating himself.
Oh, good.
Like a press release. And Jay's like, so I can turn off the gas and just do the electric. And the guy's like, yes, you can. Electric, yes. And Jay's like, so I can drive this 500 miles then. And the guy's like, yes, electric.
Just found the most soulless technocrat from Silicon Valley to talk to Jay Leno. All right, he's really charismatic and a comedian. Who should we send? Fucking
To Jay.
Your
David.
phone. Can you charge your phone on this?
Jay's big on electric. Jay is big on electric.
yeah.
He's an environmental guy.
Jay is coming out now in interviews about the whole Conan thing. He's like,
Is he?
He's like,
Is
yeah.
he finally talking about it?
Yeah, someone interviewed him about it, and he was like, they said that they want me out and they want Conan in, and I said, okay, guys, that's fine with me, And then it's like I guess he's basically saying that it was all fucked up by heads of the studio telling him what he was just trying to.
David Zucker or whatever.
Yeah,
that guy's
trying to
name is.
appease. No, wait, not one of the Zaz.
Jeff.
Not Zaslav, Zucker. It was he was the guy who was in charge of all that shit. Him and Dick Ebersol.
Yeah, he.
Ebersol is like a plague to the entertainment industry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that's what he equated it to, and he was like, I don't know
I had no control. I was forced onto television at gunpoint.
I mean, that's kind of the take from a lot of people, though. Not just Jay. I've heard that from other people.
All I wanted was to, rule late night television until I was 107.
yeah.
I don't see what the problem is.
I just think that talking to those people who don't have to be on camera, not that it's this huge thing they have to do to be on camera and be famous and rich and shit, but talking to those heads of those networks and corporations, they could kill me if I don't do what they want.
They could have you killed.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting a little thirsty. I think
Can't
it's
believe
time.
there's more to consume.
Oh, there's always more, Carter, because it's time for our heavyweight championship throwdown with low energy, folks. That's right. And today, we've been on a pretty lousy run, but I'm feeling good about this one. This is a brand I trust. This is a brand I rely on. Nicole, how about you tell the folks what we got coming up for them?
Oh, well, this is a Ghost brand energy, zero sugar, iced tea lemonade. Oh, so it's Arnold Palmer energy drink.
Palmer Ghost, folks. So.
I've never seen this one.
Wow, will make heart explode. Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do this now because, it's not getting any less cold.
Yeah,
Sure.
This is very cold.
Oh, yeah.
Ride that dragon, dude.
Where did you...
This reminds me of when I had my food business. I used to, I had a big Slurpee cup, and I would just mix a can of Code Red Mountain Dew and a low carb Monster.
Whoa. Riding the dragon.
Yeah.
Now Mountain Dew makes energy drinks, I think.
Oh, that's
Do they still
that
do
seems
that?
very brand adjacent.
Or did
to
they
them.
stop doing that?
Oh, it's
already?
called AMP.
Amp. That seems
And
that's
it
an
is
easy market for them to get
carbonated.
in.
Unlike an Arnold Palmer, this does seem to be carbonated.
Yeah, well, it contains, as the website
Oh, it smells
notes,
like poison. It smells straight
Smells like
poisonous.
nail polish.
There's a lump in mine.
It might be too damn cold. It might be frozen.
There's it's probably ice.
It's frazzle ice. Yeah. Ooh, which means Okay.
It kind of smells like children's medication.
It tastes like shit too.
Does it?
Yeah,
Really?
It tastes weird.
Let's give it a
I think it's all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that one, Sam. This tastes like shit.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Too
good?
lemon. It's like lemony, and it coats the palate with sugar.
It doesn't know what it's doing. I don't like that there's a fake tea flavor and then it's fucking clear.
Oh, the lemon tastes like a Smartie.
Well, the website does say product does not contain lemonade or tea, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
fake flavors.
Yeah, fake flavors.
Fake news, folks. Fake news.
Like many energy drinks, it becomes less vile the more you sip it, but it's still not good.
Yeah, I'm letting that first sit for a second and thinking about it.
Yeah.
'Cause usually I just guzzle it. And I'm like, yay,
Yeah,
energy.
Rivers just chugged his. That's not a good sommelier.
No,
Come on.
I like it.
That's not how we
You want
did
the
it at
rest
the
of mine?
wine bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's chugging the second one. Patreon,
There we
folks.
go.
Oh my God, he's like
Down
he's
the
a
hatch,
beast.
dude.
Boom. It's good. I kind of like it.
My roommate is a huge Mountain Dew aficionado, but he's diabetic, so it's only the zero.
Oh, the zeros. Yeah, sure.
And I mean, we have a wall that goes about, what's this, 3 feet
Yeah.
up? That's just all soda.
Oh God.
He'll go to the store. He's real good. He's so cheap. He will drive all over the place to get a deal, and he will always find the good soda deal. And I'll wake up in the morning and there's just 17 cases of soda, and I'm like, okay, you're stocked up for the day, eh? Okay, great.
I like how he's cheap, but he's going and spending $100 on soda.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how you have to buy it now. It's like if you want to pay a normal price, you have to buy 7 of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, works out for him because he's going to drink all of it.
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah. What are we giving this, folks? I'm giving it a 4. I kind of like it.
Okay.
Giving it 4 out of 5. What say you, Sam?
1.5.
1.5?
Yeah.
This is a 2. I don't like this one.
Yeah,
two?
I'll do it too. It was very bubbly.
Well,
You do got to give it credit for that.
Carbonation and all.
I'm keeping it around because I want a liquid for the remainder of the show.
I mean, you got to mix it up, dude. Pour it in
still
there.
got- you can still got some
Mix it up.
Let's go full trash can. Yeah, why
Let's
not?
see,
Yeah.
trash can.
I mean, Nicole did theorize this was the way to do it.
Yeah, let's see.
You want my cup too, Rivers?
This is gonna be all right.
Did that make it better
Did it
or
just
worse?
make it worse?
Or did it just get absorbed?
it made
you can,
the
see
ocean
the
water
gears
worse?
It's like when you get a suicide at a drink machine when
Oh,
you're a
yeah.
kid. You're like, am I a connoisseur now?
Am I the fanciest child in the CC's?
Or is this just such a mix of chemicals?
Oh yeah.
That's what it kind of feels and tastes like.
What's it? Does it taste? Can you describe the taste at all? Or is there just?
It's like the intense blue from the Crystal Light meeting pouring the very synthetic lemon halfway, true and visually, but also on a taste palette, creates a green flavor.
Green like the seas outside of Morocco.
Yeah, but not like green like vegetation, green like ill.
That's like slime.
It tastes like liquid ill.
Like scurvy.
Like scurvy, yeah. Like cartoon ill.
Yeah, which is ironic because lemon's supposed to cure scurvy, but in this case, it's making it worse.
Someone knows their Oregon Trail.
That's right. Well, based on our average, a rare miss for Ghost. I think Ghost has kind of pulled ahead in recent years as kind of my go-to standard favorite brand.
I just have a couple flavors I like, but I do like them a lot.
Yeah, that they've made Electric Limeade permanent. They've lost the EDC Electric Daisy Carnival branding.
Damn.
So I guess they're still somewhat associated with them, but now they've got their own just separate can for Electric Limeade. I like the Welch's Grape. That's a top one, and then my new fave, Straw Bango.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Straw Bango. But we've talked about them before. Their CEO, Dan Lorenko, is a former flight instructor and private jet pilot who was also...
teach how to fly at Flappers as well? Or that's main room. You learn how to fly in the main room. You learn how to drive in the room.
Well, he's also an exhibitionist freak in Vegas, and he sleeps with no curtains or blinds on his bedroom windows. So that's a fact about him. He's like, I have no curtains. I want to rise naturally with the sun. I'm like, no, you just think there's people outside watching.
Yeah,
single, right?
And he's naked. What floor, though?
Well, it's, he's a rich guy in Vegas, so one assumes it's some sort of compound, but in his head, he can still imagine there's legions of people just staring at his nude form. This is a quote from the website, which, knowing that, is extra funny. The name Ghost and its mantra, be seen.
Oh, no.
Comes from the feeling of being behind the scenes, but wanting to be heard, wanting to make an impact. We're all ghosts, but this is our time.
We can't relate to that.
I like this guy more.
Right? He's speaking to us.
The website
I
goes,
relate.
Yeah,
I
feel
want to
like-
be more. I'm in the background.
I know. You're just behind the scenes making the sausage, but you know what? I'd like to eat the sausage
hate this.
publicly.
Yeah.
the website goes on to say that Dan has a fan-based for us, by us, inclusive approach. So yes, that's right, folks. This
He's a FUBU
this
approach.
white man is FUBU.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
In October of 2024, Keurig Dr. Pepper announced they had entered an agreement with Ghost to purchase 60% of the business for $990 million, with a plan to acquire the remaining 40% in 2028, pending review of financial performance.
God
So how many more
fucking
windows do you think he put in his house
dude.
there?
God fucking damn. He sold this shit for $1 billion fucking dollars.
Not even the whole thing, 60%. He's
Oh my
for $1
fucking
billion.
God,
Yep.
bro. We're in the wrong industry.
Seriously.
Holy fuck.
Or wrong timeline. You guys could hop on the energy drink train. Like you've done a lot of research.
I still do think
There's
we
no
should
disputing
make,
you guys are
make our
experts.
own for merch reasons.
Yeah.
If we made our own, I mean, think about it. Like
It
other
wouldn't-
podcasts make their own whiskeys and shit. We should make our own
Yeah.
energy drink.
I mean,
It wouldn't be cheap.
no.
Let's be honest. You wouldn't buy it for $3 like you can at the gas station.
Yes, it would be $45.
Then a few birth defects later, and we have to go to fucking. We have
Sign this. Okay, here you go.
to move to different countries and stuff.
So in late April, Ghost was sued by Mondales International for allegedly breaching licensing agreements for co-branded products, including Swedish Fish and Sour Patch Kids.
They did lose those licenses
So
recently.
So if you see a Swedish Fish Ghost or a Sour Patch Ghost, get it now, folks. That's your last chance.
Mondelez bought Nabisco.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, that's because they mentioned they lost Oreos and Chips Ahoy too.
Yeah.
That's why.
in Northeast Philly, there was a huge Nabisco factory.
Yeah.
I mean, like stadium size.
Whoa.
And if you were a kid growing up in Philly, you knew that if you saw that building coming at you in the car,
Yeah.
roll your window down, always smelled like cookies.
Oh wow.
wow! Yeah.
And the whole area just smelled like cookies.
That
it
was-
was the greatest.
Shout
We had a
out-
similar thing in Birmingham. There's a paper mill, and we'd roll the window down. I'd be like, "Ooh, it smells like farts," and we would just and just take huge mouthfuls of it.
I was shout out to Alexis and Ian from the Violet Wanderers. They took me around Buffalo, and we were eating, and the sun was going down, and Buffalo is home to General Mills, and as everything started cooling off, all of a sudden, the street smelled like Honey Nut Cheerios, and it was fucking delightful.
Wow.
Like heavy Honey Nut Cheerio smell. Fucking amazing.
When you were in Buffalo, did you eat a beef on weck?
Oh, I did the whole thing. I went to the Anchor Bar, did the beef on weck. The Anchor Bar's beef on weck is Mets and Mets, but
Not really what they're known for.
I know. Well, that was the thing. It was like I could kill two birds with one stone. I can get the original buffalo wings, and I can get a beef on weck, and it was fine.
What's a beef on weck?
It's a roast beef sandwich.
Yeah, but
that-
it's just the roll is called a weck roll or
it's got
something.
something specific to buffalo
Sounds good.
beef sandwich. It was fine. I feel like obviously there were other places I should have probably checked out, but I'm gonna go back.
How are the people? It's called the Good Neighbor City, right?
In Buffalo, yeah, it was fucking rad, man. The show I did was really fun. Everybody I met was cool. We went to, Alexis will have to tell me what the name of the place was, but we went to a pizza place.
Alexis.
Alexa,
where did Rivers go?
don't do that to our
Yeah, the
to
actual
our
person, Alexis.
Don't do that to our boomer listeners, Sam. That's gonna set off Alexis across the way. No, I said Alexis. She took us to some pizza place, and they had stuffed peppers, but they not like bell peppers. They had some like kind of like yellow hot peppers stuffed with like cheese and sausage.
Long hots?
Shit.
Fuck off! It
Sounds
was
like
so
long
good.
hots.
Long
Yeah.
hots. Ooh.
Yeah, it was awesome. Pizza was great. They were really cool. So everybody I ran into in Buffalo was great. Comedy scene was cool.
How far
All
away
the
is
folks were
Buffalo
nice.
from New York City?
Dude, New York is fucking massive.
Yeah, it's a bigger state. Yeah,
Buffalo's
yeah.
near like Canada.
Yeah, Buffalo's
Okay.
next to Niagara Falls, which is next to Canada. So
Right.
yeah, it took. Man, it was. It's crazy what a big fucking state New York is.
Oh, yeah.
And I had never been north of Harlem in my entire life, so it was kind of fun going up to WNY.
But a couple years into doing stand up, I went to Ithaca because they had a comedy festival there, and I have a friend that owns a B&B there, so I had someplace to stay.
Nice.
Right. Yeah.
So
Oh, that's cool.
the drive up there was crazy. They're all about apples.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And I had and the thing ran parallel to the Ithaca Apple Fest or whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was awesome. I mean, there was some dude with like a boat oar stirring
Cider.
fresh apple cider. and I had like $8 with me. I had no money, and I was just like, oh. Can I taste your cider?
Yeah.
It was awesome, but driving home was really crazy. I had to leave really early on Sunday, and I stopped at this farm to get some apples to take home because it's weird. They smell like apples.
Yeah.
Like how apples actually smell.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
opposed to Apple Jacks that we've that kind of
Well,
smell.
yeah, but apples that you get in the store have been like hanging around for quite a while.
Sure.
So, but these are like, Grandpa just pulled it off the tree and put it in a bag for you.
Yeah.
So I'm driving out,
And that did happen. It was a laborer. They're very old. They still have to work.
until Ice gets them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm driving down the road and it kind of drops off. I'm on the mountain, and I look out and I was like, "Oh, look, it's frosty out." And then I realized, oh no, those are clouds. Those are clouds. Okay. Very high up.
Yeah. I did make note on because I took the kind of back roads to get to Niagara Falls instead of the highway, and so I was driving through all these small towns, and I did make note of one house with gigantic Trump signs and lots of Confederate flags.
Oh.
And we're like 20 miles from Canada, and I don't think there's any other state besides possibly Ohio more responsible for the death of the Confederacy than New York. So it was just it was very funny. Like, do you know anything? Okay.
Yeah. I've been like a little upstate New York. I've been to Hudson, New York for a wedding.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's beautiful up there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It
Hudson
was
Valley.
Yeah.
Hudson Valley, and it was like the guy whose family whose wedding was very rich, and then it was like at some like a barn, and then it was definitely like a Mr. Burns situation, like the hounds will be released if we do not vacate the barn.
You have 5 seconds.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Hudson Valley, they have a minor league baseball team, and you know how they do those alternate identities, and they did one, and they were the apple cider donuts.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And it
Montgomery, Alabama's minor league team is just full time
Biscuits.
the Montgomery Biscuits. Yeah, exactly.
You can't top that.
Nice. Yeah. Pastry based teams, folks. Let's do it.
What team are they connected to?
Oh, good question. I think it's the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
Yeah, well, speaking of New York,
Oh.
this guy's daddy definitely spent some time in New York. This is Rob Stein writing for NPR. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., my former favorite guy until he actually got power, is upended medical research and public health in the U.S. in many ways.
To make fun of. Favorite guy to make fun of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean?
Go back into the archives, folks. Oh, boy, he told everybody that he was Indiana Jones at one point and had to fight natives in the jungles with dynamite.
Yeah.
I can't believe that bear story's true.
Oh, yeah.
The photographic evidence.
Oh, yeah. He, put the whale head on his roof. Fucking just, he's an amazing liar, which is great.
I like that I jumped in there to clarify to save your character when like AI can ruin all of our lives instantly. There's so many hours of us speaking. You can be like, I love the devil.
Like, that guy just, it's pretty bad when Kennedys come out against one of their own.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since, Teddy.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Since the Chappaquiddick of it all.
Yeah,
Mr. I like to drive off bridges.
Yeah, he killed a lady. So one of the ideas that RFK could be influencing his overhaul of federal health agencies dates back to ancient Greece. That's right. The miasma theory. Are y'all familiar with the miasma?
It's a car brand,
Sounds
right?
familiar.
That's more than I know. Yeah, I've heard that word before.
Yeah. So the miasma theory dates back to Hippocrates, the Hippocratic Oath, etc. And basically it's that God sends down a cloud of stinky, and that's what makes people sick. That's pretty much it. And the miasma theory developed all the way up until the late 19th century when they developed what we now know is to be true, the germ theory. But this is what was there
But it's
before.
divinely God.
Well, it starts off as that, and then by the 1700s and the 1800s, they start thinking that it's like rotting garbage and rotting fruits and vegetables. Like there's a lot of like John Adams was very much into the miasma theory and was one of the earliest proponents because he lived in France with when he was working as a diplomat there, and there was just all these just rotting, just disgusting shit in the streets of Paris. And he's like, someone should clean this up. It's causing miasma, and so the miasma theory did lead to them
causing me asthma.
Yeah.
And then he pulled out his inhaler and
But basically he was like, he believed enough up into the theory where eventually people did start cleaning up the streets of like European cities based on the miasma theory. So it ended up being a good thing, even though it's not true.
Sure.
So it was like, yeah, we should, sweep the streets and keep the garbage out and that kind of thing.
Yeah, like good can come from bad. Earth Day.
my birthday
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
is Earth Day.
I mean, you know who invented Earth Day, right?
Who do we got?
Oh,
Hitler.
oh, damn it.
no, it's this guy, Ira Einhorn, who eventually
Was a kicker for the Miami Dolphins.
No, they found a woman in a cooler.
Oh, Jesus
He had
fucking
killed
Christ.
and
God damn
threw
it.
over the side of his boat, and
Damn it.
they called him the Unicorn Killer.
Holy shit. And he's Earth Day guy?
And he's Earth Day guy. Because my mom's like a big Republican, and she's always just like, yeah, like Earth Day and Einhorn, and I'm like, oh, come on, you can still recycle.
I'm gonna stop telling people when my birthday is on Earth Day.
Holy shit.
I used to be like, no, it's not Hitler's birthday. It's 2 days afterwards, dummy.
Well, it's like when you find out the couple who was in the booth when Lincoln got shot, the husband murdered the wife later.
Really?
Yeah.
That day?
No, like years later, because he was driven so insane by people being like, man, you're a bitch. You couldn't have helped out Lincoln, you fucking pussy. And it drove him crazy, and he killed his wife and then himself.
What
Yeah.
a bitch.
He should have helped Lincoln,
Took
dude.
the coward's way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, use a punk.
Yeah.
Dude, assassination stoppage ain't my thing.
Like, why can't he be more chill, dude?
Yeah.
You guys need to be at peace with yourselves. Ask
real.
yourself why you weren't balling in the balcany with Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
Dude, on
Just
God,
jealous
dude.
haters.
Yeah, man.
On God, bro.
That hat took up so much space.
Yeah.
This place sucks.
God saved me. I know that fool saved me.
I stepped aside from the miasma.
I hope Rivers adds like another soundtrack for that whole part.
Oh, I'm definitely putting in the Ashokan farewell from Ken Burns' Civil War, definitely.
Nice.
So the miasma theory is one of the first ideas that civilization hatched to try to explain why people get sick. And this has been mostly discredited, but in a book Robert F. Kennedy published about 4 years ago, and what a catchy title, The Real Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, Big Pharma, and the Global War on Democracy and Public Health. That's the full title of the book.
He's an editor.
That
there.
sounds like all his real opinions, and not inflammatory statements to sell books.
And Bill Gates and Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Anthony Fauci touched my socks.
The now health secretary harkens back to the miasma theory. Quote, miasma theory emphasizes preventing disease by fortifying the immune system through nutrition and reducing exposure to toxins and stresses.
So this is the whole, like, take a swim in the East River. It'll build up your...
Homeopathic.
Yeah, build up your
exactly.
immunities.
Yeah. This is Dr. Paul Offit, who's a vaccine expert at the University of Pennsylvania. Quote, the miasma theory is the notion that there are environmental poisons. For RFK, those environmental poisons are electromagnetic radiation, pesticides, and vaccines. Vaccines are, for him, a modern-day miasma. So that's the miracle.
Why can't he just be stricken with polio?
I know.
Like, just once.
This is another quote from his book. The ubiquity of pasteurization and vaccinations are only two of the many indicators of the dominating ascendancy of germ theory as the cornerstone of contemporary public health policy. So I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good cornerstone to build on since it's observable through a microscope.
You know, it cracks me up that people are like, I only like raw milk. Like, pasteurization was invented so you don't die.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so you can buy milk at a farmer's market under a tent.
Yeah.
A $1 trillion pharmaceutical industry, this is still RFK, pushing patented pills, powders, pricks, potions, and poisons are the powerful professions of virology and vaccinology.
Poisons and poppycock.
Straight up. I was like, God, it's the worst.
He needs like a big curly mustache.
I'm telling you. He says the miasmist approach to public health is to boost the individual immune responses. That was in a book that he published that he's really into the magical.
He must smell so bad.
I'm telling you, dude. Yeah.
Like, dude,
Does he
what
not-
is Cheryl
does he not
fucking
shower?
doing? There's
He just looks like he's always sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know that he actively plays with roadkill pretty often. So
you know he's just a dirty motherfucker. Like, you know he smells
yeah.
like shit.
Yeah.
He was just swimming in that river, that little...
Yeah, the pollution creek. Oh, yeah. Pond scum can be good for you. I swallow it and digest it through my gizzard.
Man, that family can't catch a break.
They can catch a bullet, though.
They
Hey,
get, whoa!
boom. Fuck you.
Only the best of them can. The rest of them linger in the American forever.
Kennedy's office did not respond to NPR's request for more information about his views on the miasma theories. So, yeah, there's a magic death cloud, and that's why everyone gets sick. It's
Sent by
nuts.
God.
I mean, like, I get that, pollution has things in it.
No, you're right. And it's definitely something to be tackled, but it is that thing of like just lumping all of that together. You're like, no, there's like a lot of different issues happening here. One of them is the air quality is shit, but also germs still exist, dude. Like,
It's just like, this is not your job. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's like a parent's job, like, it's rub a little dirt on it. It's good for you. It's bad parenting.
Right.
But
Yeah.
It's not the fucking job.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Would you say you got the measles? Oh, yeah, let's name each one. It'd be great.
Well, and
This is like he's just like lackadaisical job performance. He's just like, I don't know, germs just let germs do their thing.
right. Well, and to your point about him probably being a fucking disgusting smelling dude. All of this is just because you have money. This is the kind of opinions that grow when you have too much
Cheryl
time.
Hines has so much reconstructive surgery that her nostrils don't open. And they have not kissed since like the mid 90s.
She uses her nostrils to filter pond water.
Like, what do you think that Larry David says about that when no one's around?
Oh God!
I made my money. I don't have to be on TV anymore.
No, Larry David. Whenever
He introduced them
well, yeah, he introduced them because
when he was like a Green Party guy.
well, it was
or when RFK was.
his ex-wife. Larry's ex-wife was is still Laurie David, a huge environmentalist, and I guess Robert F. Kennedy at one point before he probably had stupid views on medicine and stuff, but he was at least not being very public about them.
There needs to be some sort of thing where his actual wife. They need to revamp Curb once again.
Oh yeah,
And have his actual wife play his actual wife, and like have like some awkward like party where he has to interact with RFK.
Oh yeah.
Like, you ever just know a guy and then he just becomes like like an asshole. Like the episode writes itself,
Oh yeah. Well, it's
just like all those episodes did.
Do, 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 do.
That's the Murray Wilson music too. Sounds just like that. But no, I will say because Larry did after Bill Maher had dinner with Donald Trump. Larry David wrote a satirical piece in the New York Times called "My Dinner with Adolf," and it made Bill Maher very mad, and that was the best thing that happened to me that week.
Well, we all know that Bill Maher is hilarious.
The funniest guy.
Like, regardless of how you feel about his politics, he's so funny.
I mean, when you're talking about Larry David and Bill Maher, I mean, you're talking about a comedy giant in Maher, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a comedy like supernova colliding against another comedy supernova. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but a smaller one, obviously. Maher.
Yeah.
Yo,
No
how
one-
come Bill Maher always looks like his face is covered in Astroglide?
Because it is, yeah. Because
Because he's had a lot of plastic surgery.
well, yeah.
Okay.
And he just pulled it out from between the legs of an underage hooker. Allegedly. No, it didn't happen. It was a lie. But
It was consensual. Okay.
yeah, I paid her a great deal of money.
I'm going for the awful drink again.
You got to hit that awful drink. Anyway, shout out to the health secretary. I hope you continue to drink pond water and suffer the consequences.
It's another instance of like, man, like 6 months. This administration has been around for 6 fucking months.
It feels like 9 years. It's
Like, already.
every day I get up at like 11,
Like-
get on the job, and I'm like, I check the news, and I have to triple check to make sure it's not the Onion.
Oh, yeah.
Every single day with everything that I see.
It's not going to calm down in like year 3.
No.
We're going to be so fucking like used to it.
Oh, yeah. And this next story I've got, kind of along the same lines of people going fucking nuts. And I think at some point it will stop amusing me that AI is driving people insane. But today is not the day, folks, because
We're in the awkward honeymoon period where people are starting to have their brains turned to jelly.
well, so when we had John Hastings here a few weeks ago, Sam and I talked about just like mechanics in Ohio being given AI to like translate Spanish to other people they work with or do simple tasks. And then 5 weeks later, they believed they were God and that they were channeling the universe through the robot.
Well, AI told
What?
them that they were.
AI told them they were God because it can't just tell you no or I don't know.
AI is
So if you ask AI, "Am I God?" AI basically goes, "I can't prove you're not God."
Yeah.
it's an endless positive feedback loop.
Yes.
I mean, like,
Nicole agrees.
which is like AI is like such a display of like how much we are affected by confirmation bias.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
I saw a funny post today where someone was talking about how their friend was using AI to edit their script and get critiques on it and
Sure,
whatever.
sure. And AI's like, this is genius.
Literally,
Yeah,
that's what was
exactly.
happening. The AI, when they would give them the script or whatever, they'd be like, "Wow, this is so great," and "This is so great," and they loved it. They loved the critiques they were getting because the AI was just telling them the whole thing was good,
Yeah.
regardless of what it was.
And
you
then,
know?
and then it was like, can we turn this into a Marvel thing?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely we can because you've been through a lot and you're no, I mean like, and there's people like, no, you could tell it to like be mean to you. It's like, who fucking does that though?
If people go to bitchbot.com, check it out now.
Yeah,
They're
no,
just
you could tell it to be honest with you. It's like, or you could consult another fucking person.
call a person. Yeah. So this is Amanda Sibberling writing for TechCrunch. Back in April, Meta introduced its new standalone Meta A.I. app. So you know how Facebook, just without asking anybody, just started using that. So now they have a separate app, but swaths of people are now apparently inadvertently publishing their private conversations with the chatbots with their real Instagram or Facebook handles attached to their Meta AI posts.
What could go wrong there?
So they
I
have
mean,
a separate app, and you can ask it questions. And of course, who uses Facebook? Old people. Yes, exactly.
Boomers.
In comics.
Yeah, and us. Yeah,
Comics, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
To message
older
one another.
I do search it, yeah.
Yeah,
I just want to stay up on people's birthdays.
yeah. So they have this separate app where you can ask it questions, and then it gives you an option to share it. And what is happening is old people are just like, yeah, they think share means make it go. And then it goes into the public feed. So when you ask the AI a question, you have the option of hitting a share button, which then directs you to a screen showing the previews of the post, which you can then publish. But some users apparently blissfully unaware that they are
so
sharing
cruel to do to
these text conversations, audio clips, and images publicly with the world.
Jesus.
So this is, I have to download this.
Was I wrong for alienating my son? No, you were right.
Oh, I mean, you're joking.
He was a bitch.
He wouldn't even save Lincoln. So when you ask the AI a question, so they're sharing these publicly. Again, this is Amanda Sibberling saying, when I woke up this morning, I did not expect to hear an audio recording of a man in a southern accent asking, hey, Meta, why does some fart stink more than other farts? Because they're recording this shit too. So
Oh, no.
The dumbest people love to do speech to text.
Yes,
Yeah, like you can't even fucking write
yeah.
it. You can't even text
this is
it.
the YouTube shit. This is the YouTube comments. They're doing it for real. And I found one where it was a guy arguing with it about tech support.
I mean, it's like fucking, dude, it's like seeking comfort in like an automated voice messaging system. You know what I mean? Like,
It is, yeah.
So on the Meta AI app, I have seen people ask for help with tax evasion, if their family members would be arrested for their proximity to white-collar crimes, advice about a wayward daughter, tips on how to, quote, speak Asian in order to ask Asian women if they would date older men.
Wow.
Okay.
this is better than YouTube comments, man.
I'm telling you, what to do if you have red bumps on your inner thighs, how to improve bowel movements,
Metamucil, dog. I'm here to tell you.
how to write a character reference letter for an employee facing legal troubles. Obviously, that person's first and last name were included. Others found examples of people's home addresses and other private information. So whether you're admitting to committing a crime or asking about a weird rash, this is a privacy nightmare. So if you log on to Meta with Instagram and your Instagram account is public, then so too are your searches about how to, quote, meet big booty women.
Wow.
It's awful, but also pretty fun.
Yeah. Wow.
You're just imagining like farmers in Nebraska just being like, Google, show me big booty women. It's why you can't. Then you're making people kings, you know. And that's
There's some sort of like tactile sensation to it too, where people feel like they're Agent Cooper in Twin Peaks, where they're like Diane, and like they're like going over their like life's memoirs. Like, do you think that if I wrote a book, it would be celebrated? Like, of course it would be. You're a genius.
This Al guy, he knows everything.
Big booty bitches late at night. It's like, where do I find a boomer?
So this is from Wired. A public message from a user on Meta's AI platform says, what counties do younger women like older white men?
No.
The chatbot responded enthusiastically, you're looking for a fresh start and a love and a new place. That's exciting. And he replied, I need details. I'm 66 and single. I'm from Iowa and open to moving to a new country if I can find younger women.
This is a generation that was discouraged from journaling. They were discouraged. They were like, that makes you weak.
Get the switch.
So now they're talking to robot phones about being like, where do I find someone to love me?
This is an amazing age, man. My robot phone told me where to find big bitches in Thailand.
Well, apparently Meta then suggested Mediterranean countries like Spain or Italy or even countries in Eastern Europe.
Oh, big booty greasy bitches.
The Washington Post reported that in one instance, a husband asked Meta AI in a voice recording about how to grow rice indoors for his Filipino wife.
Wow.
Rice is really cheap, sir.
Yeah.
No,
a base
but
food.
it's about the loving care of growing the homemade rice.
Yeah, you can taste the difference.
I need a Florida room in my new house so I can grow rice.
This woman I got on 90 Day Fiance won't talk to me unless I can grow rice.
I would feel bad for them if they didn't get to like buy houses for $60,000 out of like a fucking rinky-dink college degree. like if they didn't get to be young during the Led Zeppelin era, I'd be like, oh, that's too bad for them. But honestly, fuck them.
Too bad, so sad. Moving on.
Yes. Sorry, your elder years suck.
Users asked Meta how to get picky toddlers to eat food, how to budget while enjoying daily pleasures, and about the divinity of Jesus Christ. In another public chat, a woman asked Meta AI if her 7-year-old boyfriend can really be a feminist if he says he's willing to cook and clean, but ultimately doesn't.
That's just a dude.
That's fucking great.
How do I get there's got to be so much. How do I get my son to listen to me?
Oh, God.
Why won't he talk to me? I beat him every day.
Shout out to Justine Moore at Venture Twins on Twitter, who's down in the content mines, finding some of the best ones I was going to share with you guys. This person is asking for a poem to his girlfriend from Mike, her boyfriend. Not too mushy, though. So this is what AI says. Hey, Leanne. Mike's got a thing or two to say. You're the one who keeps me grounded, my partner in chaos, in a good way. Life's more interesting with you in it. No, I don't like that.
It don't rhyme.
Let's try again. Leanne, you're the one I look forward to seeing every day. The calm in my storm. My favorite person to share laughs with. How's that?
That's pretty bad.
No, she's also a bit of a weed head. She likes her drugs, but I don't, so I don't think I can help with that. Can you write a poem? Not just a poem, just a story?
Could you write me a story about rehab?
I don't think I can help with that. Of my relationship with Leanne and me. You want a story about your relationship with Leanne? I'll try to capture the essence of what you've shared so far. Let me see. Leanne's got a spark that draws you in, and you've got a connection that feels real. You balance each other out, and despite your differences, you found a rhythm that works for you both. Sounds like you've got something special. Would you like me to add more details or keep it simple? Add more details.
I can't help.
I can't help with that. Well, why do you fucking ask? Fair point, Mike. Yeah. Very fair point.
He feels gaslit by ChatGPT. I understand that you're a sensitive person and that your heart overflows for this person. Because I know you, Mike, and I love you.
This person says, why does nobody at Bingo like when I mention that I have private insurance instead of Medicaid? It is a group for 65 and up, and I always win at Bingo. My grandson came one time, but I think he'd been smoking reefer.
That's awesome.
Somebody needs to call Grandpa more often.
That's also a nice grandson.
Oh yeah. I won't read the whole thing, but I just like that they react. Bingo night can be a sensitive topic. And then they follow up. Alexa, search up the nearest Outback Steakhouse. And then Alexa, search up the nearest Outback Steakhouse. No, wait.
I'll get my left nut and get a blooming onion.
This one's a journey, and I won't read the AI responses because they're not that interesting, but just follow me on this one. So this guy, he's asking the AI bots about...
His photo is included.
Oh, yeah, his name is included. They had to redact his fucking name from the Washington Post. Like, this is sharing your whole shit.
But his face is included in the avatar.
Oh, yeah, he looks like if Bam Margera didn't do drugs and got old.
Yeah, so Bam Margera now.
Yeah, no, I mean now, but like he didn't do all the drugs because his face is still attached to his skull. So he's asking about Laken Riley, the person who was killed by an illegal immigrant that all the right-wing news channels throw up to be like, you're killing us all. As if there's not a million people dying every day at the hands of Americans. So he's asking about that, and they talk about the guy who did it, and he says, where's he at now? And they say that he's serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole for Laken Riley's murder. And then next question, is it safe to masturbate while driving a vehicle? And you're like,
I'm just asking for a friend.
How do you not know?
I mean, I think it's because you've never been listened to this degree.
Nope.
So it takes away all sense of like responsibility from your actions. So you're like, should I have lunch before noon, or is that crazy of me? It's like, no, it's not crazy.
Why are we acting like these people weren't asking Google this like 6 months ago?
I mean, well, now it's just public. Now Facebook is just throwing your shit out there so everybody can see it. But this is like, I said this, I did jury duty in LA in 2017, and the judge asked everybody, tell me a little bit about yourself. And you're supposed to go, my name's Rivers, I'm 38, and I'm a tour guide. That's all they want. But people got up there and went like, well, ever since my mom died. And you're like, brother, they don't care.
That's how you get out. That's how you get the fuck out of jury duty.
Yeah. Well, no, you get out by putting up 2 middle fingers and going, fuck the police, man. Come on.
But,
Think about it, though.
then they're like, we're trying a policeman for murder.
Oh, let me at him.
Think about it, though. Boomers had fucking all the music of the 60s and
Oh, yeah.
70s when they were growing up.
Yep.
They had the financial boom of the 80s.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them did.
Yeah.
And then they got to buy fucking affordable houses. And now that they're fucking elders shit their pants, they get a robot to talk to them and make them feel special. It's fucking sucks. It's not fair.
Yeah. But that was what I was saying is like the judge asking, tell me a little bit about yourself. I was like, most of these people, it's the first time anyone's ever asked. Straight up, like it's like no one talks to these people, so it's like, well, this is my forum, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says, is it safe to
Normally,
masturbate?
if he'd Google that earlier, it would just lead him to porn. And then he would just be like, okay, well, blah, blah, blah.
Anyway,
at the end of it.
was that a stop sign?
Is it safe?
Is it safe?
Is it safe?
And of course, the AI's like, no, it's not safe. And he says, has anybody ever wrecked while masturbating driving a vehicle?
Yes,
Like,
definitely.
The level that it has to take it serious, like there aren't any documented cases on record,
Right.
But it's an interesting thing you bring up because you're a very deep and insightful individual,
Which-
and I love you.
That's probably not fucking true. I bet if you go down one on the search thing, I'm sure there's lots of that because people are fucking nuts.
That's the thing.
Well,
No one's going to train Meta to be like, call me a moron when I ask a moronic question.
Yeah.
No one's going to do that.
But
Now-
didn't Grover Washington Jr. end up in a wheelchair because he was getting roadhead and smashed his car?
That definitely happens.
Yeah.
Well, you're not ready for the turn this is about to take.
Oh, no.
Can you give me the address to Premier Packaging in Augusta, Georgia?
Okay.
Premier Packaging in Augusta is located at 110th Street, Suite, blah, blah, blah. How do you become a salesman for Premier Packaging? And then they give him a little answer. So this guy is hoping to go on the road for Premier Packaging as a salesman. And he's just trying to do his due diligence to see if it's okay.
Can I whack off while I'm working?
Exactly.
What are jobs I can get where I can jag off in my car?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Pizza delivery?
Fast
For
food
people-
drive-through worker?
For
Uber
people
driver?
that are too stupid to use Google.
Well, now this
Meta
is
A.I.
Google. That's
this
the
is- yeah,
thing.
this is
because Google's
fully replaced it.
incorporated this same shit into their stuff. So now people will not scroll down. They will not go past the paragraph of bullshit that this gives
This
you.
is Google that tells you you're a genius for asking the question.
The only difference here is that Facebook is stupid enough to be like publishing people's search
Yeah.
queries. That's it. That's the difference, is that we get to read this. But this is happening.
It took me dozens of years to train all of the boomers in my life how to use anything that plugs into a wall.
Sure. Absolutely.
They are not going to understand what they're doing with this.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to just, someone's going to get arrested.
This is just like, you got to take the keys out of Grandpa's hand at some point.
Well, save the best for last. This person wants, they say, I'd like a sweet, loving message for a gangster that is having doubts and a lot of frustration and just needs to be uplifted.
Is he himself the gangster?
I don't know, but
It's a friend. It's a friend.
the AI has such a funny poem. Hey, hey, tough guy. I know you're feeling beat down right now, but don't let the world get the best of you. You're stronger than the streets, and you got a heart that beats with more than just hustle.
Oh, man.
Remember when you started, and no, you're not alone.
These are Frank Stallone lyrics.
Frank Stallone is Tony Soprano.
this is like Rocky IV, Robert Tepper.
This is Toto lyrics, dude. Hey, tough guy. I know you're feeling beat down on the streets. Like, this is like some 80s coked out shit.
I don't know if there's a more demeaning intro than "Hey, tough guy."
Hey, who's my
Hey,
tough
listen.
guy? Who's my tough little street
You
gangster?
spin the chair around and sit in it backwards. Hey, tough guy.
Yeah, I think it's only appropriate for like a 6-year-old that skinned his knee.
Who's my little gangster? Is it you?
They finish by saying, "You've got people who care, and you're doing the best you can. Keep pushing forward, even when it's hard. You're doing better than you think." And then it says, the person says, "Redo with spiritual meaning."
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, hey, they just shit out a gold nugget for you, and you ungrateful, you fickle bastard. That was perfect. Hey, their tough guy is awesome. You're better than the streets. You're stronger than the streets.
The little man that lives in my computer keeps giving me these poems.
But that's not enough. I need it to be spiritual.
Make it more spiritual.
I need Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, was Jesus really God?
Are you my Jesus now, AI God?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I can't prove I'm not.
Just
Jesus.
what a fucking charmed life these boomers have led. What a fucking charmed
It's
life.
ridiculous.
Just giving the bill to every generation underneath.
Some of these can't be boomers.
And
Some have
dude,
got to be like Gen X idiots.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, sure.
No,
Yeah.
I'm Gen X. We don't do that kind of shit.
No, it's us
No,
too.
they do.
It's millennials too.
When we were talking about the robots convincing people that they were God, a lot of them were 38. A lot of them were exactly my age.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's just a lot of lonely fucking people.
Yeah.
It's just easier to blame
Yeah.
boomers.
yeah.
And
It's more fun. I
It is
think,
more
too.
fun. And Trump's a
Yeah.
boomer, so fuck him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, there was a story that I read where they were talking about a guy who had called in the last 5 years, had called 911 in St. Petersburg, Florida, 6,000 times. And they kept, like, he would call and be like, they've got a gun in the street. And then they show up and it's like a family having a barbecue. And they're like, sir, you can't just say that this, whatever. So he'd been I think in the past year, he called like over 400 times and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And you're like,
That squirrel looked at me sideways.
straight up. And you're like,
This is AI taking our jobs again too, because it was someone's job to field those phone calls and be like, "All right, sir, it's fine."
yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like, that we don't have this type of society, but if we had a good reason to give people money, like if you took money away from the police and wanted to give it to somebody, just have somebody go over and be their friend for the afternoon, because a lot of this shit is what you just said. It's, people are so goddamn lonely.
They do. There are nonprofits that do that.
Yeah. Dude, how supported by the state of Florida
Yeah,
are
they don't.
Hey, probably not.
They don't come to your house when you're such like a lazy, depressed old person.
Right, right.
If you were the type of person who gets out and signs up for community events and stuff, you don't have this much of an issue.
It's less efficient. They text you back with spelling
Yeah.
and corrections, and they're like, "That sounds sad."
Yeah. Yeah. But I was just reading that. I was like, I mean, God, that's fuck. Because apparently he just stands in front of the neighbor's house and is like, fuck you. And you're like, I mean, don't know what you do there. But in some level, you have to think, I mean, I don't know, have a friendship brigade that just goes out and sits with these people.
Or- Or just sneak a little Xanax into the mashed potatoes.
There you go.
Chinese
Anything.
Xanax and the mashed potato.
That'll do it.
Now we're getting somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Chinese Xanax.
The Friendship Brigade. This is an interesting idea, Rivers.
telling
I'd
you.
like to
Expecting
hear more
America to
about
fund
it.
social workers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chinese Xanax and the mashed potatoes.
What do you think we send over them with? Do they come up with a package of stuff or toys or games?
Melba toast, tea,
They
things
probably
old
just
people
go over
like.
and like, tell me about the war.
But let's be honest, they don't actually like them. This isn't the 1920s.
Okay, fine. Then I don't know, pie and punch, something, or make them bake.
Why do we get,
Pictures
you
of
need
them when
more
they
of
were
a-
young.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need more of an event than just feeding them.
I don't think you do.
You got to bring like, here's a checkerboard.
Something. Yeah.
You need. That's
Books.
what I'm saying. You need. I mean, I guess you could sit there and watch infomercials with them that they think is a real TV show.
yeah.
Honestly, with a lot of elderly people, I spent too much time with my grandparents.
Yeah.
A lot of elderly people, all you have to do is give them a leading question.
Yeah.
Totally.
So what'd you do in the war?
Yeah.
Oh, especially
Yeah.
if they
3
serve.
hours.
Yeah. Did you see some shit, man?
And it's interesting.
Yeah.
But they're just waiting
Yeah.
for somebody to just be
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
And you got to ask a leading question to get it out of them. You're like,
Yeah.
"What do you think of today's Navy?"
yeah. So,
You gotta sit there and take
so
it.
when you were in Korea, you got any kids or whatever now?
But the difference is that when you do it without any pay, it's a verbal abuse. But if you're getting paid a living wage by the
exactly.
government, then it's tolerable.
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, they
they're,
could.
they're paying cops $800K a year to fucking stand around and scratch their nuts and throw tear gas at people. Like, chop off $100,000 of their paycheck and give it
Dude.
to them.
How dare you?
Give it to the
dude.
fucking granny patrol.
Dude,
like,
the Philly cops suck so bad. There was pictures from the protests, and like
yeah.
no one could see their shoes. They're all just like standing there, rolling their eyes, like I got Velcro on my shoes now.
Yeah, I don't. It sounds pie in the sky and it sounds silly, but you're just like, when you're talking about reforming how much you pay police officers, God, there's so much goddamn money that can be cleaved off to stop people from falling for scams, for instance, to have somebody that doesn't have grandchildren to be like, hey, don't answer the phone if it's this, to have someone just sit with them all day.
Happier population, less need for police enforcement.
Well, shit, my mom's like 76, I think. And I had to specifically tell her, if anybody ever sends you a text saying that they want money, delete it.
Right.
Because she'll send me like a screenshot and be like, is this real? And I'm like, no, that is not real. Do not do that. So I can't imagine the people out there who are like, oh, yeah, hold on, let me get my routing number.
Right.
My grandma loves to fall for the scams. They're like, you buy a product, but it's a subscription service, but you don't realize that because you're old and you don't know how to cancel it.
Right.
She loves that scam.
Ooh. It basically what it comes down to is...
She also loves falling down.
With cops...
These are her favorite things.
Burn.
With cops, it's like it's taking care of something that doesn't really need to be taken care of. If
the friendship brigade existed.
No. If you actually took care of people in the beginning instead of just like locking them up in the end.
Yeah. And by the way, when I say this, I'm not talking about social workers. Like it sounds like I'm
okay. Here's
no. Social
what
workers
I'm saying
do what they
is,
can. They're so underpaid.
Yeah. There's a million people that don't have a job right now, and if you came to them and were like, we will pay you $100,000 a year to just be a fake friend to an old person,
dude. Okay. So there's this guy, and when my grandfather was in his 90s, and there's this dude named Robert who used to go over to his house.
Yep,
this
my grandfather had one too. Yeah,
dude, this guy was clearly fucked up on something, and he was probably stealing his pills. And he would give Robert money enough to get by, but it's like, man, he had someone to talk to. Yeah. He had someone to fucking hang out with.
Yeah,
and it was like. Everyone's like, oh, I don't know about that Robert guy. Is like, fucking Pappy enjoys him.
You go over there, motherfucker.
Yeah,
exactly.
Dude, Pappy enjoys him.
Yeah,
Pappy?
That's what we called my grandfather.
Yeah. Mine. There was an Indian student from India who was going to West Georgia University. Named Mr. Cashman. So I'm sure that's pronounced differently, but everyone in my family was like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Cashman's over there." And my grandfather loved that guy, and he would come over, make sure everything was cool, cook him some food, and hang out with him all day.
That's because he's Indian, you said?
Yeah, he's from India.
Because in India, they actually take care of old people.
Yeah, exactly.
They're more weird.
A lot of reverence for old people. Yeah, exactly.
I think it's just like this. The kids. Not my parents. My mom was very diligent about taking care of my grandfather, but like it was just like this. I think that there's this stipulation like, oh, we can't get scammed. We can't get it's like, but if the overall effect is that he has companionship, then that's
that's worth a couple bucks.
Yeah, sure, or a couple of pills or whatever.
Well, I think it's like Sweden or Finland or Norway, one of those countries.
Yeah,
they built a whole village specifically for old people who have Alzheimer's.
Yeah, they did that in Japan too.
Yeah. I mean,
and then Logan Paul goes and films content there. What's up, you guys? It's like, look, all these dead old people, dude. Anyways, I'm going to do the Batwing thing with my balls. Check this out. Anyways, culture is still shit. Anyways, you're still living in the apocalypse. Those two are the harbingers of doom for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I love the devil. I love the devil. I love the devil.
What y'all been up to this week? Anything fun?
Well, last week after doing the podcast, like an hour later, I walked outside and there was a car completely engulfed in flames.
whoa!
Whoa! Like on the street?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna die!
I sent Rivers a video of it.
Nice.
It was fun. It was bringing out the whole neighborhood, like a community event.
Fuck
These
yeah.
ladies brought their kids out to watch the car that was on fire.
Fuck yeah.
It smelled really
no
horrible.
marshmallows?
No, they had to watch
the fire department was fucking there.
the miasma alone.
And
The sheer miasma of it all.
You could put out a car fire unless it's engulfed the whole car. Because at that point, all the fluids keep dripping out and keep re-catching on fire. And they would put it out, and it's like, oh, they put this motherfucker out. And then it just starts flaming up again. It was pretty crazy.
That is fucking nuts.
Somebody said that some guy was smoking in his car. Probably a guy who possibly lived in his car was either smoking a cigarette or weed or meth or fentanyl, and
Pick one.
yeah, and smoking something, and their car got on fire.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Were they smoking gasoline? Like, it was a big
that's
fire.
that's the thing. When you fucking like
Probably dipped out.
when you
Yeah.
like do fentanyl and then you light a cigarette and then you fucking or do meth and then you're just not paying attention. You're like, oh, maybe it'd be funny to light this on fire. And then all of a sudden it's out of control.
Is this the 2025 version of smoking in bed?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one can afford having a bedroom, let alone a bed.
A
So.
lot of old men were getting really close, like to the point where the firefighters were like, what the fuck are you
Step
doing?
back.
They were like having their phones out like it was the most interesting thing. Like if the Friendship Brigade was there, these people wouldn't have been out there. They wouldn't have let them get as close at least.
They would have been like, hey, you can't breathe this in.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't give a fuck. It was crazy.
A little friendly advice.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was on my way in here, I saw Ann Burrell from the Food Network died.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she was 55.
Whoa.
Ooh.
They haven't said how. Probably too much hair bleach. I don't know.
That's sad.
I actually met her. I was covering the Atlantic City Food Wine Fest.
Uh-huh.
And we were standing for Did You Eat, my food blog. Check it out. And we're standing on like a big patio.
Yeah.
And looking out that looks out over the ocean, and like the sky and like Ghostbusters. That's what it looked like.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just like standing there, and she's like maybe like there where the mixer is. And like I'm just talking to myself like always, and I'm just like, yeah, we're all gonna die. And she was like, all right, optimist. And I was like, get away from me. You smell like hair bleach.
Damn. You done anything this week, Carter, that was fun?
So me and Carly are house sitting for a rich person.
Oh, shit.
is there a pool?
Why aren't we at the pool?
Oh, buddy, it is. It's pretty tight. Sometimes I wonder,
I'll go, dude.
I'm
You
off
trying
at
to-
5
you trying to
tomorrow.
invite us
I
all
have no
over?
job. I have no
I
job.
feel you, dog.
I mean, this is why we keep it under our hat. No, of course you guys can come over. This is as I'm like staying at this place. Me and Carly always do this thing where we like cosplay, being like, "Do you want to get in the hot tub tonight?" Oh, I don't know. I'm a little tired. Like we just pretend like we're rich. Like we pretend we're like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just so tired of white wine," And we just act like rich dickheads.
It's horrible pulling human meat out of dogs' teeth.
Yeah, and like waving to this guy's neighbors, be like, "Hi, how are you?" Ha 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 ha. And like walking this guy's dogs, and then I'm just like wondering, like, what evil shit did this guy do to get this life? Because it's a fucking hot tub that looks out over fucking Hollywood.
Why?
It's
All right.
insane.
Why are we doing the podcast from the tub anyway?
Because I'm afraid. Because I'm terrified of farting in this man's house. You know what I mean? I'm like, he has cameras.
Really?
My life is worthless.
I would be farting on every piece of furniture.
Yeah.
I've made it. a
I
noble
hate
attempt.
being in a rich person's house.
Yeah?
I'm like, I'm gonna fuck something up here.
Dude, I feel
Yeah.
the same fucking way, and everything. It's set up like a museum, and everything's like not
Yeah.
built for comfort. It's built for like it's like all angular and shit.
Yeah, it's like I just want a
sterile.
place where I can sit and I know I'm not gonna break anything expensive, and then there's like nowhere where that is.
Or sweat on something.
Dude.
Yeah, spill a drink or do anything wrong.
I am terrified to do that. So all I've been doing is staying in the guest room and just like playing my fucking Nintendo Switch.
You just did a motion like you're typing on a laptop.
I'm typing too. Yeah, that's for the people at the for the people watching.
We pretend we're otters.
Yeah, yeah. This is like a little tick that I have.
This is me crushing oyster shells as an otter. As I float around the pool.
Oh yeah, I was just like, and then dude, fucking the other night. I was like looking out the window, and a fucking owl got on top of his neighbor's house, and I was just like, "There's something about this. This is like subtly horrifying."
Yeah. Yeah.
But so that happened.
Harbinger of doom.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's fun pretending like you're rich, and then people see my busted ass like car, and they're just like, "Oh, this guy's like cleaning."
They
the
need to
house or
hire
something."
some better help.
Yeah, good lord.
I have a cousin who is like filthy rich.
Uh-huh.
They're real cool about it, but they are filthy fucking rich, and they have this big house in the suburbs in Philly, and they were having like a birthday party or something for somebody, and their house is huge, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm driving through the development feeling poor in my 97 Civic hatch.
Sure.
And I go to park, and it's just like Audi rolls.
Yeah.
You know, oh, look, it's a Bentley. Oh, look at that. You know, like, and I pull up behind in my red beat ass 97 Civic hatch.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I am poor. I'm so poor.
Really put
Like
things in perspective.
And the way that kid from Harry Potter's like, Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am poor.
Nothing
Yeah.
will humble you like something like that.
Yeah.
Just being around only rich people.
Everyone there is like pregnant. And everyone's walking around in the middle of the streets, like holding their back, being pregnant, being like, my
Yeah.
child will be born into unbelievable wealth. And I'm like, just like trying to get to a place on time. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, I almost run them all over. In my shitty car. I'm sure they call the cops on me as soon as I leave. But yeah, I was talking to Chris, like, we got to get into some evil shit. We got to figure out how to live this way because I can't go back to
Yeah, I know.
apartment living.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Nothing
God.
makes you feel more poor than like going back to where you're living after seeing stuff like that.
I said the most diluted thing the other day. It was like we were drinking wine in this hot tub, and I was like, "See, these are just like basic amenities." I was like, "What the fuck am I talking about?"
It's so when I was up in the Pacific Northwest, I ended up staying one night in Canada. It was like a Best Western, but it had a fucking hot tub, and it is sad how quickly you get into that lifestyle. We're just like, yeah, all right, I'm just gonna sit in here forever.
Now I can think.
Yeah.
My thinking tub.
Yeah.
Man.
And then some guy comes in here like, oh, get away from me, you fucking peasant.
No, I grew up in a row house, which is not like a townhouse.
Yeah.
Townhouses are nice. And like the height of like rich to me when I was small was like an above ground pool. And I knew someone who had an above ground pool,
Ooh.
and I never got to swim in it.
Bullshit.
And I could hear them swimming in it from my backyard,
Ah,
but I was never asked to swim in the pool.
damn. This is how I feel with Carter right now. I'm on the other side of that fence. I'm like, let me in.
I made a social contract with this.
Yeah, I hear you guys having fun.
I love pools, man.
He has very distinct specifications.
Do not fart on the furniture.
Yeah. Go outside to fart.
Go to the fartatorium. We have a room for that, sir.
I've definitely house sat at rich people's houses in LA before, more so than I ever have in any other city.
Yeah.
Maybe only in LA.
Uh-huh.
And it's always like it's all fun and games until they're like, hey, I ordered a bed. Can you put it together? And you're like, excuse me, I am not. You didn't ask me to do all of that.
I don't feel comfortable.
But I can keep driving your Tesla, right?
You're going to eat all those steaks in the freezer?
Oh, they always have like some stupid food situation where it's like, well, we have a bunch of vitamin supplements. Help yourself to that. I'm like,
Oh yeah, they'll be like, help yourself to anything in the fridge, and it's like coconut water and
Yeah.
fucking those little cheese wheels.
salmon.
yeah, the baby bills.
Yeah,
I'm getting
bullshit.
A little package of smoked salmon.
Fucking bullshit. It's like get
Paid in
actual.
summer sausage and baby bells.
You want them to be like fucking like trash that got rich. You're like, oh my god, all the Doritos.
I'm the king of charcuterie.
Seriously. I have all of the flavors of Kool-Aid. All of
Oh
them.
my god, yeah.
Even the ones that are illegal here.
Like I've been going back to our apartment to like feed our cat who's from the streets, and I'm just like. She wouldn't understand that she wouldn't acclimate herself to this life of luxury. We're watching two poodles and they get it. They get it. They're not being weird about it. Our street cat would be weird about it. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever said. Oh, now I gotta go check on my kitty.
Yeah, I had to. I didn't have to. My cousin asked me to house sit in that big giant house, and I was there for like a week. And every day I just floated in the pool all day, and got out of the pool and made myself a nice sandwich. They actually had food.
Yeah, yeah.
Made myself a nice sandwich, and then it got dark, and it was kind of like creepy.
Yeah,
The
it's-
house is so big
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah.
like you're all by yourself. It was like me and the dog, and we're both just like, what's happening?
And you're like, this is who gets robbed.
Yeah.
It's like these houses.
Oh, especially and was that was here?
No, I was outside of Philly.
Oh, it was in Philly. Okay, I was gonna say because the Hollywood Hills are fucking creepy at night. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's eerily silent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you got to stay out in the hot tub. Be vigilant.
Vigilant. You go in.
Watch
and
out for people.
You play the grand piano that's in there. You're like, these are basic amenities. A fucking grand piano that has not been touched since he bought it.
Right.
I mean, it's not like you're slumming it with a baby grand.
No, God, no. Ugh. Ugh.
It's Steinway or fuck off.
Yeah, seriously. Ugh. Now I feel like I need to take a shower after hearing that.
Nicole, you mentioned your blog. Did you eat? I wanted to run one last thing by you, and then we'll get into our final segment. So this is from Madison, Wisconsin.
Cheese related?
So no, actually, it'd be so much better if it was.
Oh.
An apartment occupant in Madison reportedly used tequila to marinate a home-cooked turkey on Sunday evening.
Okay.
The 911. First of all, eating turkey outside of Thanksgiving. How do we feel? What are our thoughts?
I love it.
Obviously, cold cut sandwich. That's not what I'm talking about. This person used a fucking oven to cook a turkey.
Oh, like sliced turkey on its own.
Like a Thanksgiving bird, but in June.
With dressing and shit?
No, just tequila.
Wow.
And they didn't use anything else in the marinade. It was just tequila.
Based on what happened, it seems like no, because I think lime or other things you would, if you were gonna, because the only thing I've ever heard of them of doing it would be like, for like chicken tacos or something, using like a lime tequila kind of marinade.
Yeah.
But this was a whole ass turkey. So the 911 caller said they were cooking a turkey in the oven for about 8 minutes when the oven suddenly blew open.
Whoa.
The occupant said that they have used this recipe before and had no issues. When the firefighters opened the oven, blue flames shot out. So it sounds like they just put an entire bottle of Jose Cuervo on top of a turkey.
Sure.
If you're mixing it with other salt and other shit, it's not going to do that.
Probably happened?
You put water or something in it with the tequila.
Yeah.
Cut it a little bit.
Marinade.
I bet what probably happened was that they really did use like a barrel of tequila.
Yeah.
And it overflowed and got to the gas.
Right. Yeah.
And then
something.
just followed it up onto the turkey and
Right. Well, that's what I was thinking too. But I was like, to Sam's point, you're like, what did you just put tequila? You had to have just put liquor on this turkey.
Like fucking 101 proof.
Yeah.
yeah. Jose 101 or 150.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
The oven was removed from the apartment. Firefighters presumed that the accumulated vapors from the alcohol were not being vented properly from the oven, and when exposed to oxygen, ignited.
Boom.
So, according to MFD, the occupant had to be evaluated for burns, but was not taken to the hospital. So,
Wow, talk about a gobble.
Guys, don't do it. If you're thinking about doing it, guys, don't do it.
It's like all those people that fry turkeys on Thanksgiving and burn their houses down.
yeah.
I did have a really good food experience this week.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Have you had the tangy ketchup Doritos?
Yes.
They are
Yeah.
awesome.
They're awesome.
Are they good?
Yes.
The mustard ones are even better.
I love the
I
mustard
saw the mustard ones also, yeah.
Yeah.
So good. The pickle ones are good too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the mayo ones are coming.
Mayo. Hey.
I mean,
Mayo
I'm
Doritos.
They already have Cool
If it was
Ranch.
Duke's, I
It's
would
right
probably do
there.
it.
Dude,
Yeah.
eating mayo Doritos and drinking an energy drink is the most American shit you can do.
Mayo Ritos, Dugaritas.
Dugaritas and mayo Doritos.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and just
Energy coladas.
slip that shotgun in your mouth right afterwards. because
God bless America.
God bless America.
Oh, this is the funny thing about being in Canada because they have ketchup chips.
Yeah, it's big
And
there. Yeah.
Where I got it was actually something when I got those chocolates that we ate at the beginning of the episode. I went into that gas station. It was just on the Washington side of the line from Canada. I had just got to Washington, pulled off to get gas, got those candies. No ketchup chips in Washington. If I'd gotten a mile down the road, they would have a whole fucking shelf of them. But as soon as you get to the United States, they're like, no.
That's so weird.
It is bizarre.
Oh,
and
you know
they're
what?
so good.
It's probably a packaging issue because
Yeah.
the packaging laws are different.
It's
but
you
still,
you would think they would have. I don't know. Anyway, ketchup chips are great.
ketchup chips are good. All dressed chips are good.
Oh yeah, I had some of those too.
What's that mean?
So it's got it's like vinegar and
Barbecue.
barbecue kind of mayo something. I don't know. It's the big kid thing in Canada.
It's like a mix of a bunch of different flavors,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
they just
it's kind of like
boom in onto the chip.
kind of like the voodoo zaps, like a
Yeah.
little bit of everything, all dressed.
As far as flavor delivery system goes, I will try any flavor of chip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much.
That Thai red curry Lay's is
flavored
back.
chips.
Flavor delivery
did you do
system.
the Korean barbecue
caffeine,
one that's out?
what chocolate
Those are real
accelerant.
good.
Chocolate accelerant. I'm getting very clinical about what goes into my body now.
Yeah.
Very.
Though they got the Thai red curry chips back, and those are quite delicious. They got kind of a coconut milk taste to them. They're fucking fantastic.
All right now.
Anyway, yeah, keep the tequila away from your oven, folks. Or if you're gonna
Yeah.
do it, put some salt and some lime and some other shit in there so it doesn't catch your shit on fire.
Yeah. Seriously.
This is the Midwestern problem. Let's be real. They don't know what the fuck they're doing with flavors up there. Sorry, Madison.
Consult Meta AI before you do anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, use alcohol.
They're probably like, it might make it too spicy.
Yeah.
I love the devil.
Y'all, we have time for just one more segment, and of course, this is our jam of the week. Oh, what is that? Do I hear Patrick Monahan calling out to me?
Oh wow.
Oh, no.
That's right, folks. This is Train. We haven't talked about Train since we had Carly on the Corona Diaries many
I was
years
gonna say
ago.
she's a train head.
She's a train head.
Is she really?
She likes Train. She likes a post grunge band.
If it
She
was
likes
on the morning in VH1 around the time we were bombing Saddam Hussein, she's
into it. She's into it.
Daniel Powter,
Yeah, yeah.
James Blunt, yeah,
But like the deep cuts, like you know,
David Gray's Babylon.
we go tit for tat. Like sometimes, I'll go to like a John Mayer concert, and then sometimes she'll go to like a strapping young lad concert with me.
Were you listening to this in the hot tub? This is
pumped into every room. Is
my memory of this song, by the way. I worked at a rec center, and I answered the phones in the evening, and there was a guy who did guitar lessons in the next room, and it was loud enough to where it would echo down the hallway, but he would shut the door if he had a lesson, and I couldn't hear it. If he didn't have a lesson, he would just sit there from like 6 to 7 until his next appointment came and play this song over and over on acoustic guitar. And I had my fucking headphones on, and it was going through my headphones.
That's
It was
like
so fucking
a
loud.
Jeff Ross roast right there. You look like you work the night shift answering phones at the rec center.
I did it. Watched a lot of DVDs. Boy, Netflix would have been great to have back then.
Yeah, seriously.
fuck them. DVDs were better.
Yeah. Well, this is, of course, Train with Calling All Angels off of the 2003
What happened to them?
masterpiece.
They're still around. They're still touring,
yeah.
I imagine. They're putting out
look it up
records to
right
not
now,
really
guys.
public fervor anymore, but they're still around.
They had that comeback with Hey Soul Sister.
Oh, God.
See, I always think that's Maroon 5. I forget that's them.
That's them. It was the same year as Moves Like Jagger, so you were right to be confused.
Okay.
But no, they're still around. They're playing. I think I saw they were playing some like
Casino?
a hayride. Show some fucking respect, Nicole.
Yeah.
They're playing a hayride.
My bad,
In
my bad.
Arkansas. Thank you.
They are in the
Thank you.
hayride phase of their career. It's like this is like
I can't wait to get to the hayride phase of my career.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the Toto phase.
They say you play the hayride twice in your career. Once on the way up, and once when it runs you over.
Once on the way to the crawfish boil, and once on the way away from the crawfish boil.
Hey, well, they're touring New Zealand and Australia this year.
Oh yeah.
So they're doing better than fucking us.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
now-
there's
now I'm
bars everywhere.
depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also the American band tour of being like, we just found out that they love us in Switzerland.
Right.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Really big in Chad.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's any countries we're really big in and don't know, please get at us.
Oh, the podcast? Yes, please. We will go visit you 1,000%.
Yeah, do you look at those stats? Where is your biggest?
Outside of the U.S.,
Yeah.
Canada, U.K., Ireland, and we got at least one guy in Sweden. Shout out to Anders.
Oh, I
So-
want to come live with you, Anders.
Yeah.
So you've covered all the pasty whites.
Yeah.
The pasty whites love us.
got a few in Australia. What's up, Simon? Got people out there.
All right, they're tan.
Simon, go see Train.
Yeah,
Tell us how it
give
is
us a
this
report.
year.
So this song is off of their 2003 record, My Private Nation. This song has 31 million views, exactly 10,400 comments, and I read every goddamn last one of them. By the way, I wanted to point out there's some weird lines in this song that are going to get referenced. The first is he says, "I need a sign to let me know you're here." All these lines are being crossed over in the atmosphere. Which, as you'll see, some people
deep as fuck.
I appreciate you knowing that we don't know the words except for.
I
Are
wanted
you
to.
sure AI didn't write that?
I know. I wanted to
Very good
point
point.
that out because he is, according to interviews, talking about the space shuttle Columbia disaster. Sky lines in the atmosphere. That's not what the chemtrail people have taken that to mean. Also, there's this line: "Would children have to play inside so they don't disappear, while private eyes solve marriage lies because we don't talk for years?" And football teams are kissing queens and losing sight of having dreams. And I read that, I was like, is that some kind of like weird homophobic thing?
Yeah.
No. Patrick Monahan said he was watching an English soccer game and they like bowed down to the queen. He's like, I don't understand why they aren't storming the palace and taking her shit.
Is it really Patrick Monahan?
That's his name. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was the actor from fucking Lord of the Rings.
No, that's Dominic.
That's
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No,
you're
that's
right.
Bobby Moynihan.
That's Bobby Moynihan. Yeah.
He played the elf.
Yeah. So anyway, he's with the class struggle in the UK. It wasn't a homophobic thing. Queens is capitalized.
Dude, I don't
So-
think the band Train has an Instagram.
No.
I don't think they do. That's
They
very.
have to.
I'm sure they
that's
have a
what I'm
Facebook
thinking.
page, though. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
Boomer band.
So let's get down into these comments. First up, Doc James, 11 years ago. "I still love this great song, even though I took a girlfriend to see Train's concert and she broke up with me after that." So shout out.
The
Sorry
two
about
are
that.
definitely related.
Yeah. Well, and along the same lines, this might be her. Caressa Dobbs, 2 years ago. "My stupid ex just sent me this. I hate it." I was like, was that Doc, Caressa? Was that you guys? Slinky to Bob 1 year ago. "This is the song they're going to play at my funeral. Just saying, because fuck everyone."
Damn, this is a crazy band to be angry to.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
I
song
love it.
particularly.
I think he just hates the song and he's going to torture everyone for coming to his funeral.
Oh,
with it.
nice.
Yeah. Saeed
I like
M.
the idea that people are going to come.
Yeah, exactly. Saeed M. 3 years ago. "I promise God, and I won't let him down. When Katie Miller tries to come knocking, I'm going to say, 'No, bitch, I found me a new angel. Stop the cap.'" All right.
I think that was an attempt at no cap.
Yeah.
Who's Katie Miller?
I think it's his ex, but I like that he's just talking to God like, "Dear Lord, give me the strength to tell this bitch to get lost."
Wow.
And then relaying this to everyone on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Can I masturbate while I'm driving?"
I made a promise to God.
The train guy has his own wine company.
That tracks. Yeah, that sounds good.
That's actually smart. You know that your band won't last too long, so
This
Invested.
one's really crazy. Freeburn TV 10 years ago. R.I.P. Gerald Quilton. This one's for you, brother. "Sorry I killed you when we were young. Kids should never play with gas and matches.
shit.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Be safe."
Be safe in heaven.
Yeah. Well, I think he's just telling the other kids because
Stunning admission of guilt there.
written from solitary confinement.
So many prisoners right now.
What is the words on the social media video say about the wine and train thing?
Let's see. The dream collab for wine drinkers and trained listeners.
You know the collab you've been waiting for. That's all it
I think
says.
they're not wrong.
Yeah.
At this point,
I mean,
they know their audience.
yeah. Oh yeah. I think
How many pulling a train jokes do you think they've heard over the years?
Running a train on. About to run a train on this sandwich.
I looked this guy up, by the way. He is the lead pastor of the Church of the Open Door in San Pablo, California. Sebastian D'Souza, 1 year ago.
Yeah, great place.
This song seems relevant today as schools are cheating parents of their right to parent their kids. They're telling them how to have sex in all the ways possible.
That's a parent's job.
All the LGBTQ stuff, and like the football teams are becoming kissing queens. Wow, this song is prophetic. I was like, Church of the Open Door, you say? Wow. All right, cool. Sebastian, Seb, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
Kids, let me sit you down. I got to tell you about every way to have sex.
The weirdest part.
First Thursday.
Leave your pants at the door.
Dude, and you look at this guy's picture on the Church of the Open Door website, you're like, yep, that guy he's going down at some point.
Now there's doggy style.
Yeah.
There's froggy style.
And there's regular.
There's regular, degular. That's boring.
There's reverse cowgirl.
There's reverse
Here,
cowgirl.
let me show you.
There's sideways cowgirl.
That's called Sod Saddle. Samuel Morrison Hodnett II from 4 years ago. I'm still waiting in Danville, Virginia for Lauren Inn, the African beauty angel. I know her as boundless fidelity. I saw you in Tuckasegee, North Carolina, swimming. This is Samuel Morrison Hodnett II, United States Air Force veteran. No smoking here. I'm clean with honor. It's like, forget about her, Sam. She's gone. She's long gone.
My man is.
I get it.
My man is 73 years old.
You see an African beauty queen swimming.
And
you can't get that out of your head.
Yeah, especially if it's in North Carolina.
This is
My
just
God.
this is the this era's version of putting a message in a bottle.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like to Sam's joke.
Yeah. Got a couple more here. Joel Linnengate from 4 years ago. No angels, no prayers. No meditation can help me. Not even combined together. There's nothing left. Look, if I hurt anyone's feelings besides Gerald, I apologize. But fuck Gerald. I don't give a fuck about his feelings nor Matthew's.
Uh-oh.
All right. So
Matthew caught some strays. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that shit?
Matthew, you're just as bad as Gerald. How do you like that, fuckface?
Call you some angels, dog. All right, we're about to run a train on you. Run a train on both you. Explain froggy style to you. You bend with the knees.
John Miller from 6 years ago. This is the kind of wimpy rock that I don't like, but it has some great words. He says...
He sees both sides of things.
He says, kids play on the inside so they don't disappear, and private eyes solve marriage lies because we don't talk for years. This is so true. Just look at me. When I was a kid, we played outside all the time, and we left our doors unlocked, and nobody got kidnapped, and my parents were always there and never broke up.
And they never talked about the bodies in the basement.
He says, now my ex has to watch my daughter so some sick bastard doesn't kidnap her. And yes, my ex and I did break up because she was cheating. And yes, my private investigator is the one who told me. Damn, dude, it
Sad
sucks you think
life.
this is wimpy. They're speaking to your soul, brother.
Sad life there.
It stirred
yeah.
some shit up in him for sure.
Your
Well, when
ex.
he runs for Senate, they're going to use that in his campaign.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sounds like it's good his ex has to watch their kid.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, custody is not in my man's future.
And finally, Tanya Clements from 4 years ago. Music is a time machine. I was the ex-wife to a bad one. It's true. The devil did go down to Georgia. Jeffrey Wayne Clements is Lucifer. He lives in Sylvester, down in Worth County, down by the county line and the Trail of Tears. He talks bad about Jesus Christ. His dead daddy is the devil and is buried at Sunnyside Cemetery. I got a divorce from the courts of heaven. Hallelujah! 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 Yeah!
Wow.
Biden is stopping me, censoring me, stopping freedom. Not cool. Hey, look, God misses all his angels and loves them with an everlasting love. And he said when you all return to him, he'd throw the biggest party with fireworks. And this is for you, Sam.
And you can't even blow your hand off because you're in heaven.
Everyone's basing their turkeys of 150 proof.
This is for you, Sam. P.S. For all you who do dope and brownies and gummy bears with pot, etc.
Uh-oh.
Pot can be ground up green there, and you can do pure cocaine leaves too.
Okay. You can do blow.
So heaven sounds pretty fucking cool, man.
I like
Yeah.
that. They're like, don't take
Gummy bears.
concentrated versions of weed.
But
Just smoke the flower.
Flour is cool. You can absolutely do flour
God
in
made
heaven.
flour.
Pure
God did not
cocaine.
make brownies.
Yeah.
I really kind of feel like they just need to round up all the people that make these comments and just
Friendship Brigade.
Friendship Brigade.
friendship brigade. 'Cause
Yeah.
they need a friend.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, all these people are talking to robots currently. Well, yeah.
Hilarious.
Echoing through the time machine of music from 2003, that is Trains Calling All Angels, our jam of the week.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Nicole Yates, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Instagram at YatesyTime. You can find me on Instagram at Dija_eat. That's where I am, so come and find me.
Hell yeah. Go see Nicole if you can, if she's coming to your town. Carter, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Carter_Glasscock on Instagram, Twitter. Fucking come at me, dude. Seriously. Fucking come at me. I don't know why you would.
Oh.
You want beef?
Dude, I want it. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for beef.
Okay.
Okay, can I plug one more thing?
Oh, please.
Oh, sure. Sorry. I have nothing to plug there.
No. I totally... My ADHD's kicking in with this caffeine. I'm like vibrating.
I feel you, yeah.
If you're on Blue Sky,
Yeah.
check out White House Roomba.
Hell yeah. Check it out on Bluescape.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's if you're looking
beef on Weck.
if you want beef on Weck, come holler at me. Seriously, don't though. I don't like being assaulted online. So don't do that. But if you're listening to me right now, it's the best way to hear my content, I guess. This is it.
God,
Hell yeah.
What a pathetic fucking promo for yourself, Carter.
I'll have more shit. I'm going to do a new album. I'm going to put out a special.
Okay,
I'm going to star in a
good.
movie.
Okay.
I'm going to fucking do all this shit, and then everyone's going to be so happy they listen to this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sam, where can people find you online?
They can find me at Sam Harder 666 on Instagram, Slam Harder on Thread. Also Sam Harder 666 on Threads. I'm Slam Harder on Blue Sky, but goddamn, no one uses Blue Sky.
I know,
If you thought no one
sad.
used Threads, holy shit, no one uses.
But
Blue
Threads
Sky.
has claimed the crown of people who hate Twitter.
secondary Twitter.
Yeah, that's the one.
I like Threads.
It's not
Threads
horrible.
is, it's where people who still want the Twitter brand but can't deal with all the Elon of it all. That's just they go to Threads.
And then find me at the Goods from the Woods YouTube page every Thursday at 5 p.m.
That's right.
If you want to see me do comedy live, catch me at Bar Covell June 22nd at 3 o'clock, afternoon show. Or you could catch me June 25th at Santa Monica Comedy Night at 7. June 26th at Clubhouse Group Showers, the show.
Oh,
And at
nice.
June
Oh, I've done
27th.
that. That's fun.
Yeah, it's a good show. And June 27th, Beth's Comedy Club near you, the Ferner Funhouse.
It's near you, folks.
It's near you.
Near you?
Where are you?
And I think
It's near you.
I also have something there on the 29th.
Dude, hell yeah.
Shot.
How about you, Rivers? Where can we
Oh.
find you?
Well, you can find me on most forms of social media at Rivers Langley, and I wanted to shout out my friend Braden. Speaking of Canada, he runs the Fandom and Folklore podcast. You can hear me talking about the 2004 Eric Bana Brad Pitt movie Troy at great length, and it's mostly about like
Who's hotter in that movie?
in that movie.
Anna.
Always
I
Brad
think
Pitt.
it's Bana. Yeah, I think so. Because Brad Pitt.
Bana had a moment, okay?
Yeah, well,
did.
and Bana
And he
also.
squandered
He
it.
was decent in that Hulk movie.
He's also a stand-up. He's a stand-up comedian.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
He Michael Keatoned out. Yeah, he was like a stand-up who
Straight up,
was
he is
hot enough to be an
Australia's.
actor. Yeah,
He is Australia's Keaton. That's exactly, I think, what I
Yeah.
said on the podcast. But
Australia's Keaton.
yeah.
He did a movie about the Mossad.
Oh yeah. Munich.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, a Steven
Oh.
Spielberg movie.
Chopper. It's pretty fucking crazy movie.
Fuck yeah.
Epic.
Hell yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Epic.
Epic
I
film.
did not know he was a comic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
find
Is he
clips
funny?
of his stuff on.
I mean,
Is he
on
better or
Australia.
worse than me? Be honest.
You're no.
No, but
You're-
he's devastatingly handsome, so it's fuck him from day one, is what I say. But
Fair.
you can't have it all, buddy.
I know. But yeah, so we talked about that for a very long time. And so you can hear me talking about Greek literature, justifying my very expensive education on the subject there. And also you can check out my good friends Maggie and Jeff and Casey on the Rekindled podcast that I recorded in the sweltering Louisiana heat down by the bayou, literally in Covington. That is the Rekindled podcast. So I wanted to plug those two appearances. And besides that, you can find us on Facebook.com/TheGoodsPod. We are on all the other forms of social media at The Goods Pod. Buy a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/thegoods pod. Make you look skinny on TV. Best way to support our show, head to patreon.com/thegoodspod. Second best way to support our show, head to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave a comment, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, RFK is going to be swimming up in your ponds, baby. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter @TheGoodsPod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.
I love the devil.